TSF Entertainment.
And we're back at it again. TSF Entertainment in the building. Retro CG. Got my brothers around me today. As you can see, I am mourning. I'm in all black. I'm mourning for two reasons. First reason is we are here to say goodbye to our favorite spinoff in the Power Universe. It's Raising Kanan, Season 5, Episode 8, Unconditional Love. And of course, the second reason I'm mourning is because my girl Rock is gone. In the power heaven. My girl Rock is out of here. All right, fellas. Y'all tell me what y'all think about the episode.
I'm gonna stick with what we usually do on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm gonna say between 7, 7.5 for me.
Okay, Jack gives it a 7.5. That's around about the same score I give it, give or take. 7.5 suits it very well. Swerve, what you think?
For me, I don't know, man. I kind of give it a solid 8. A solid 8 for me.
Right,
yeah, I mean, I had my little picks and nitpicks, but solid 8 does it justice.
Bro, I told you last week to get over to Queens and see about Rock. What happened?
Hey, you know what's crazy? I'm not that far. I tried, man. I tried. I work nights. They hustling during the daytime.
I told you to get over to the Queens and see about my girl.
I tried, bro.
What say you, Bobby? What'd you give the episode? You probably gave it a 10.
No. Not a 10. 8.5. 8.5. It was a not a great, but a good ending to the series for me. Not a great. I got some gripes. I definitely got some gripes. But
okay.
About 8.5. About 8.5, yeah. Maybe a 9. Somewhere in there.
All right, shout out to everybody in the chat. All right, looks like we lost DJ Fresh Your Highness, but damn, I just spoke him up. Here he comes. There go Fresh. All right.
Fresh.
Saving the best for last. DJ Fresh Your Highness.
Folks, what's going on?
What did you give the episode, bro?
5.5, 6.
Always.
And it ain't because of just the ending. It's like multiple stuff.
We gave it a giving it a bad one.
It's not because of the ending. It's a whole bunch of stuff.
Cubstar gave it a 5. She said she outraged. Exactly, yo. We outraged.
Oh, wow.
I'm right here with you.
Absolutely.
I want to hear that side, though. I want to hear why y'all feel that way. I'm very curious.
Oh, you'll see as it progresses.
Oh,
you'll
yeah.
see exactly why I gave it what I gave.
I can't wait.
Hell yeah.
I think we all have in common maybe like at least 2 to 3 reasons why we gave it at least above a 5, but it definitely didn't reach at least a 9 for us.
Nah,
Yeah.
nowhere near 9.
Nowhere near it.
For me, it was 8.5. Yeah, for me.
Okay, I mean,
Yo,
I gave it a
Tony,
solid
for
8.
you.
Okay, you know what? Okay, here's another way to look at it. What do you rate the season? How do you rate the season? 8 episodes. How do you rate the season?
Yeah.
Oh,
5.
that's tough there.
Yeah,
Sheesh.
first
Yeah,
set of 5.
I'm falling
I'm gonna say
off a little
7.
bit.
He's coming off the
Talk.
high
I'm gonna say
horse.
Maybe
6.5,
about a 7.
7.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
six
stay
and a
with my
half,
7.
7.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay with my 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
Solid 7.
All right. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and jump into it. And let's see where it goes. First of all, sorry, Bobby. Whether you hate her or if you love her, we are going to remember
Right.
our girl Rock. Rest and power to my girl Rock. Whether you hate the character, you love the character, Rock. Patina Miller, first of all, did a phenomenal job playing this character, and I don't think that Raising Kanan
Can I say something?
Nah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, bro. I don't mean to cut you off.
Nah, go
Man,
ahead.
don't get it twisted, man. Patina Miller in this character, bro, she was fierce, captivating, very believable, and super nostalgic for the time. Oh my God, like killed the role, and that's what makes people feel the way that they do at times. You know what I'm saying? Because she played the role just that great. I hate to see her and her character go, but to me, it all made sense. I'm not just a Rock hater. It's not that, because Patina Miller was too great at the role to just be, to give her no credit. Like that lets you know that, she killed the role when it makes you, feel so particular about a character.
Even when you hate the character. Even when you hate the character. So for that, Bobby,
I ain't want to say that because I don't hate her. But go ahead.
Behind
You get
all
round of
hate comes a
applause.
little bit of love. Behind all hate comes a little bit of love. So she definitely got to get her flowers for that. Rest
She
in
does.
power to a beautiful black
Rock
queen.
gets a 10.
Retro. He's
Rock get a
feeling
10.
it today.
I am. I guess one of the things I liked about this character is she was just a little bit different than what we've seen from the other female characters in the Power universe. Don't get it twisted. All of them were terrible. All of them had terrible moments, but it was just something about Rock's resilience and her strength that drew me to the character. She was well written, very well portrayed. So I think that she gave us moments where you hated her character. She gave us moments where you loved her character. You kind of always in the background kind of rooted for her because of what she was up against. So for that, I'm remembering Rock. She was just great. I really would have liked for them to continue her character in Origins, not all throughout Origins, but just for maybe a few episodes or something into Origins to get some of that continuity to kind of get Origins off his feet. I would have liked to seen her kind of in the background, kind of like how Tasha was with Tariq. I would have kind of liked to see her character a little bit, but the way she was written, we knew that Rock's time with us was very limited. So rest in peace to my girl Rock. All right, with that being said, I want to ask y'all, Raising Kanan by far is our favorite spinoff of all of the Power shows. We have been the most invested in this one, I guess, because all of us grew up in the 90s. So this was very familiar to us this time. And they did real good with the costumes, the set, all of it was just a perfect portrayal of the 90s. Out of all the spinoffs, definitely the best. What was your best season?
3.
I'm
for me
between
too.
1 and 3.
No, you gotta pick one, Jack. You gotta pick one.
Damn.
All of them were good. All of them were good except for 5. All of them were good except for 5. So I can understand why you're challenged, but you gotta pick one.
I go with 3 then.
So say me, 3 as well. Lamar, Bobby, what y'all think?
I'm tied between 2
was so
and 3. 2
Wow.
and 3, but if I had to choose which one was a solid, I gotta give it to 3.
Okay, 3 takes the winner, and I think everyone kind of likes 3 because we had so much. Well, this is when we had crazy ass Ronnie. We had crazy ass Ronnie. Juke was doing her thing with Butter. So yeah, 3 was a pretty solid season. I enjoyed 3 as well. So it's definitely 3. So it looks like the comments looks like they're saying 2 and 3 as well. Season 2 was good too. Season 2 was good. We kind of started moving the story along in season 2. So, but 3 just hit for me. It was definitely 3.
It's 3 for me too.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So episode synopsis. It's kind of all come down to this. All right, so the episode kicks off with Rock at home in her living room. My girl got a scarf on her head. She's sitting around in a sweater. My girl going through it. What I would have liked to have seen here was Jukebox here with her. Juke should have been here with her or someone else because there's no one else but Juke at this point in the family left. I would have liked to have seen her having a conversation with someone. Even if it was just her having a conversation with herself, it should have been her mom came to her, Marvin should have came to her, Lou should have came to her, or maybe the whole family should have came to her. Maybe it should have been Marvin, Lou, and her mama come to her, and she's actually sitting here having a conversation like, I should have listened to y'all, or we as the audience should have known what was on Rock's mind right here. We should have been able to see what she was going on. Yeah, I expected it to be a Juke too. I expected it to have been Juke come to her and tell her that it was Marvin.
Yeah, I agree. That would have been.
Oh, come give her the news.
Yeah, come give her the news.
Okay.
Or just like her talking to their ghost, like you said. Like that. Yeah, that would have been dope to see.
Or even because the episode starts off panning to the picture, so even if it was just her standing there holding the picture in her hand and talking to it, something I would have just liked to have known what was on Rock's mind at this point. I mean, we as the audience.
Or the pastor.
Or the pastor, yeah.
That would have been perfect.
That would have been perfect.
Like even like how they did in OG Power when when season 6 was finishing off and Kanan starts to show his spirit around ghosts is like, yo, you really think you're gonna get this done? Like it would have been nice to sit there and see some sort of like a family or close friend like you said, the pastor, come and just give us some sort of like comfort.
Yeah, that would have been dope. I totally agree, Cub Star. It made no sense that she didn't check on Juke earlier in this episode.
I was waiting on my turn. I don't know who just said that in the comments, but I was waiting on my turn. Yeah, I'll say Juke should have been there. Who was there with Juke?
Same thing. That's why.
Come on, ain't Rock.
That's why they should have put the two characters in the same room. Because both of them, neither one of them were checking on each other at this point, which I can kind of understand Juke. But Rock should have definitely been over there at Marvin's place checking on her and making sure that she was good, or at least trying to lay eyes on Juke and find out, Juke gonna take this hard. I got to get to her.
She thinking about a plug, bro.
Yeah, that's all she thinking about is his work, right?
Yep. I felt like they both had like an extreme loss because we all know that Juke was really close with Lou, especially when then trying to make the music, trying to get him back on track, and he tried his best to be around, but I felt like they both were going through something traumatic that either one of them, but more or less Rock being the adult, instead of worrying about the money, instead of worrying about the game, come check up on your niece, man.
Another thing that I totally agree with you on that, fellas. Yeah. Another thing I feel like they robbed us on here too is why didn't we get a Marvin voiceover reading this letter? Why did we get a Marvin voiceover reading this letter? And we still don't know what the fuck the letter
still
said.
don't know.
I tried to tell y'all that letter.
I tried to freeze it.
I
tried to freeze
I
it.
know that. I know that letter that was on Reddit. That letter was fake as hell, but I'm just saying.
No, I'm talking to the people out there that kept telling us that letter was real. Try to tell y'all that letter was fake as hell. Like it didn't even make no sense.
Yeah, they should have. They robbed us of this. Again, like I said, we spend so much time on other bullshit. This is things that we actually wanted to see. We wanted to actually hear what was in Marvin's letter to her. And when she's crying, and obviously we know the letter tells her to go and see Floozy.
I was about to say how she got directed to Flossie. I would like to see,
right.
She got directed to that. What was said?
And that just made zero sense for me that Juke would be there by herself reading this letter, and even going back to the pastor once again. That was another perfect opportunity to use the pastor as well, because the pastor should have came over, brought the briefcase, brought the briefcase to Juke, and gave her the news.
Right.
All this would have
because that
Makes
was
sense.
his final last wish.
Yeah.
That was the last person that seen him besides Kanan.
I
That
know the
he
the
could have reached
pastor
out
was
to.
like, "Damn, boy, you just gave me the money.
Literally turned his
Look
back and then
what
boom.
same
you
day.
did 5
Yeah.
minutes later."
Yep.
I would have rather seen that than this one, than this right here.
Yeah, they gave us too much screen time for unnecessary, BS.
Totally
Yeah.
agree with that. And going back to what I said last week, I don't think that they gave us enough time with Crystal. Not Crystal. They talk
Jarita.
about Crystal in the
We
comments.
did get enough time.
We did.
They
My
talking about
Jarita.
Crystal in the comments right now. You're all right. Justice for Crystal, right? Because she ain't even been mentioned this
She wasn't even
season at all.
mentioned it.
She's totally
Man, sure
disregarded
she didn't
about.
get a penny from the season.
For real.
That's
We
how I
need a
be
little
thinking.
bit
It's
more
all about the
time
money.
with Jarita's character to build this up. We knew this because we know that she ends up being Sean's mom, so we knew that. But we didn't spend enough time with the character. She should have been brought in at the tail end of last season. She should have been brought in at the tail end of last season. Kanan should have met her after the whole situation with Crystal, or Crystal should have been replaced with her. Like, we just didn't get enough time with us to care about this. Like, she comes over and tells Kanan that she's with child. Kanan's like, how you know it's mine? I mean, you know what you
I
do.
know how you make your money, Rita. You ain't gotta tell me.
Exactly. So I mean, it's not an unreasonable question to ask. Are you sure? Is it mine? Yeah.
I told you all I wanted was neck. You the one that told me to take the condom. You the one that told me to take the condom off.
The
And now I'm
typical
stuck here with a baby.
The typical young man answer, how you know that's mine?
She tells him that she used protection with all her other tricks except for him, and that she's keeping the baby, and that if he wants to be in their lives, cool. If he doesn't, not cool. So I don't know if it means anything to you or not. And Kanan, what do you say, Jack? It means something to him?
It means something to me, Jarita.
Yeah, okay. But
We already know how that turns out.
they are setting the tone. They are setting the tone for us to now question whether or not Sean is Kanan's.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt.
That's a little plot hole they left open right here with that, him questioning the paternity of the child, and then him saying in OG Power that he never had a DNA test. So, whatever. We could have gotten this. Well, I guess we couldn't have gotten this in Origins because to CJ's point, we got a 10-year fast forward with Origins. So I guess we needed to get this in Raising Kanan in order for us to be introduced to baby Sean at 8 or 9 years old.
Yeah.
Right.
Whatever. Kanan looks like he got a lot on his mind right now, and all throughout the episode, as a matter of fact, you can tell that Kanan's got a lot on his head. They robbed us of another opportunity because he should have started seeing Marvin. He should have started. Marvin should have started haunting him, just like Marvin warned him at the church, like, you gonna see me for a while.
And in your nightmares, why would you not give us that? He would have been the first ghost, the first hallucination.
Yep.
Because this is the prequel. He would have been in the real timeline. He'd have been the first one, man. We'd have loved that, man. They dropped the ball on that one.
I think that's why they didn't give it to us, because we had already seen that. We seen it twice. We seen it in OG Power, and then we saw it in Book 2 with Tariq. So I think they didn't want to, redo it again. So I think that's probably why we ain't see the ghost. We might see it in Origins
because they redo every damn thing else. But these
it only makes sense because it's a prequel to me. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, that's been happening. Because like if you live that life, like you really do see you like that shit that is actually real.
It's things like this we need to see. It's things like this we actually want to see, versus things like this that we don't care. We don't care about these pure boys. We don't care.
They could have killed them off camera.
Yeah, they could have killed them off camera, or just said they found their bodies. Like, we don't care. Breeze went over there and tied up his loose end, and that ain't even worth having a conversation about.
Another reason why it was a 5.
Yep.
Kanan could have even did that when he first encountered them, and they gave him a little talk back.
Yeah,
that was like what, 2 episodes ago.
This was just to show us that the whole situation with Breeze wasn't gonna go no further because he put them down.
Support game and Breeze is not in Origins, and I'll talk about that later. Why not?
Man,
this is another reason. This scene right here is another reason why it's a 5. This scene, it was too much dialogue. Like they stretched the hell out this scene. This scene was like damn near almost 5 minutes long of them just talking. And I didn't even understand the whole thing of Pino telling that stupid story.
Because Pino, this is the way I told y'all off camera. It just seemed like it came more about Pino smashing at this point, and I was just like, we didn't need none of that. I guess maybe a little bit of it in order to get to the point of where we got to when Rock and Pino, encountered. But to me, it was kind of useless. Very, very useless.
It was very useless, man. Like Retro said, we could have used more opportunities to take in things that we would have loved to seen as we grew with the whole Power universe and seeing Kanan.
Yeah, you just wasted our time with this. And Rock was sitting here like, get to the point. Like, what are you saying?
They got nothing to do nothing.
Yeah.
I agree. Pino is a little purse.
Yeah, and that's another thing I did not like about this episode. She going around begging these YT men for help, and all of them trying to crack. I didn't like that. That really annoyed me.
He looked like he got a bottle of Viagra in his suit jacket.
Ready to go. I can take it down right now.
I understood why they did it though, because we saw it on the last episode of Rock unraveling. Like at this point, she just trying to grab anything she can. So I understood why she went back again.
Because she was desperate.
She was desperate, and then with Marvin being unalive, now she really like, yo, I need somebody to watch my back because I'm gonna be next. Now the only thing, like I said, I'm still trying to figure out is how Pino knew before her.
Yeah. Well.
Like,
almost everybody knew before her. That's crazy.
Yeah, because he tells her right now, he informs her at this point that it was Kanan, that he heard in the streets that it was Kanan that put Marvin down, and the last thing that I will be worried about right now is the business, and of course Rock tells him that she did about the money, and Pino's like, that's the last thing that I would have on my mind right now. But if they were going to go down this path with her, all these conversations that she's had with Pino post-date this episode, we should have saw that. We should have saw something that predated this episode where he kind of had a little crush on her, or if he mentioned something even with her walking off or something to just give us the idea that, okay, yeah, he want a little taste of Rock or whatever. It just seems to be a thrown in narrative to drive in that point that Rock could possibly sleep with one of these dudes out of desperation for protection.
Which is crazy to me because it goes back to her. She's not that type of person. It doesn't really even matter.
But I am glad they wrote that line for her that said the last dude that ran up on her like that is buried in the cat's So I'm glad they at least gave her that as a rebuttal, because like this is crazy. They sitting here undressing her with their eyes. Like, really?
And Pino wasn't dealing like he wasn't like that. Stefano was like Stefano made little hints and little comments.
Well, Snap Pop had said it in an earlier season about Stefano liking black girls. So it kind of makes sense for it to be there.
I think a little bit had to do with the pissing contest that him and Stefano has going on too.
Right, and he did say that
just a little back and forth, and he always said he beat Stefano, and he was worried about Stefano possibly trying to take his spot later on. He was just trying to keep one foot up on him. And I think that may have had something to do with this scene existing, but it didn't have to be nowhere near as long as it was.
Yeah.
Just long. Yeah. And I wish we would have got the same way with, even though I hate to jump scenes with Flossie, somewhere along the lines or within this episode, we should have saw how they even got that information about Kanan being the one to take out Marvin. Somewhere.
I think the assignment was put out, bro, that him and Breeze were going to take out those two. And once one of them came up, like, because I'm pretty sure we maybe should have seen Breeze have another conversation with Stefano, like, okay, I'm getting Rock, he getting Marvin, and then boom, then we know once that happens that, you know what I'm saying, Kanan did his end of it.
Yeah, but Stefano wouldn't share that with Pino and Flossie, though.
Right.
They under their chain of command, though. They right there, you know what I'm saying? They above Breeze them. And I think that's why all that information came to them, like, They already knew the hit was out and who was supposed to perform it.
Yeah.
Even though we never see that, I'm assuming. But I mean, I just got to assume that, you know what I'm saying, because it changed from there.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
It was in the network. This right here would have been a perfect opportunity, even if they would have had Flossie read the damn letter, even if she would have read an excerpt from the letter that related to her. It's something. Why show us the fucker if you're not going to tell us what it says?
Right. Like, how you gonna show us the letter? Don't even give us a voiceover of Marv. Like that was weird, man.
Yeah, that was just annoying. It was just absolutely annoying. And that just made me annoyed for this scene. Like I was ready for this scene to go after this. So like, you're not gonna tell me what the letter said, then just get past it. So Juke lets Flossie know that, you know, Marvin told her in the letter that she was the only one that she could trust, and Flossie goes on to tell Juke that, you know, she only knew Marvin for a short period of time and how she enjoyed their conversations and blah blah this and blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
This was just more screen time for the showrunner's wife to be on the show. That's all this was. The whole purpose of this character. She gave us nothing here that we needed, other than her mentioning, your cousin came to me and he wrote up on me with a piece.
I was just about to get ready to say that.
Right.
And even how she told that didn't even make sense. Like,
and that's the only way Juke was able to connect the dots. Like, to me, that.
But how? What about that?
Because there's no reference.
It makes sense.
There's no reference. That's what I'm saying.
There's no reference at all.
That was the only way. That's the only way that connected dots. Oh, he came to me with a piece. Oh, he showed up with a gat. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. And it was just like, oh, so he's the one that put down.
Only thing it would reference is the fact that they had ties between the business, but it doesn't have anything to do with, you know, who put down Marv. But I mean, yeah, they just wanted to make time for whatever they wanted to make time for, man.
That's all they did.
She really didn't figure it out until Flossie said family is complicated.
And that's
she made a face, and that's what she was like.
Nah,
wait a minute,
not mine.
Kanan
it's
did
simple.
it, and that's what she told her. Like, that's what the streets are saying. Like, she wasn't even putting it together at first until Flossie mentioned that, and that's what I'm saying. Like, this scene here is another reason for how, like, it's too. This episode left too many unanswered questions.
There's too many holes.
Too many holes.
Too many holes. Plot holes. Plot holes. Is they just left these things for us to assume, and they had enough time to give us just answers. They could have done that in several different ways without there even being a scene shot for it. You know, just, yeah. All right, so.
That's what the streets are saying.
Breeze and Kanan meet up, and of course, even if Breeze, I guess this is what this is supposed to be here. Breeze and Kanan having a conversation about Kanan putting Marvin down, because in the last episode, it did. Neither one of them had confirmation on their target. Yeah. Like, he didn't tell Breeze for sure that he was getting ready to go put Marvin down, just like Breeze didn't tell Kanan that he was getting ready to go put Rock down. So it just didn't make sense that Breeze wouldn't have more questions for him about, well, what happened? You know, or you didn't hear Kanan give his side of why he did it. You know, we're assuming that he did it because of the beatdown or whatever, but what was his real motivation for putting Marvin down? We don't kind of know. Or did he do it because of the hit? You know, so that was kind of left unanswered for us. And then, of course, they're talking about Snap and Pop getting put down, and Breeze was like, you don't know nothing about who did it. You know, that was unexpected and all that. Don't really care. Didn't really care. Them two maggots can burn in hell. Didn't care. Didn't care. And so Breeze tell Kanan, well, you know I still got to put this work in, right? You know, just because Snap and Pop gone, that don't mean that your mom's off the hook. So I still got to do this work. And is it here where Kanan starts telling him that maybe there's another way?
Yeah.
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 And he was like, well, that ain't up to me to decide. That's that Parmesan dude, Fishman, is the one who put
Little Linguini.
Little Linguini put the hit out. So I think this is where Kanan comes to the resolve that he's going to go and have a conversation with Stefano behind, seeing if there's a way he'll take the head off his mom or whatever. And so, oddly enough, Breeze has respect for this.
Which is shocking because he had so much animosity. It's like, yo, if it comes down to it, I got to take out your moms. Like, he was so headstrong about it. But I can respect the fact that he gave it a thought to let Kanan sit there and be the one to, yo, you know what? You just got to run about head honcho.
That makes sense. I'm not sure we needed this either.
We didn't.
No, absolutely not. Nope. Last time he spoke, he said he want nothing to do with them. You stay off my radar, I stay off yours. I get it, the fact that your pop's fast, but how does that cross your radar? I mean,
or was he there because of what happened to Snap and Pop?
I don't think so. I wouldn't say because of Snap and Pops. I would say because, remember, they were headstrong on trying to get Marv after their little girl was basically kind of switching her story. So that would probably come up on the radar because now Marv is no longer around. So, I mean, it seems as though their little investigation could be thrown in the trash. But as far as this, I'm not too sure to see what was the point of that.
It wasn't no point. I mean, because he casually mentioned that, they found Snap and Pop unalive. Do you know anything about that?
Like,
no, I don't know anything about it. And he was like, do you know what happened to your father? No, I don't know nothing about that. And then he says, don't do anything stupid. And she says, it's too late. Wouldn't that warrant a follow-up question? What do you mean by it's too late? What have you done? We didn't need this. This was just a waste of time.
So much wasted time, man.
Rather than giving us time on stuff that we need. All right, so Rock contemplating this deal. I mean, after Pino turned her down, she really was left with any other options. So she went over here to see what these feds was talking about, what this deal was going to be. And they were trying to offer her a proffer. She was like, nah, I ain't going for that. I need full immunity. And not only do I need full immunity for myself, but I need it for my son, which goes back to everything she do. She put Kanan first. Or she put Kanan right there in the mix with her. And I was like, Kanan is the reason why you are
in this. Exactly.
Right. And you sit here asking for protection for him. And the Fed was like, your son wasn't even on our radar. So what is he doing? She's like, don't worry about all that. I need protection. And she kind of gave up a little something here, but she didn't really go into full detail. But she was like, I ain't trying to end up in one of them Italian niggas' furnace. And the FBI agent was like, that's what he do? He burn bodies? She was like, I said what I said. So we thought that Rock was actually entertaining this deal. And I think if Kanan would have took the deal, she would have.
My thing is, what would have, it's like a hypothetical question, but what would have, do you really think she would have been back in this office if Pino did give her some sort of protection? Do you think she would have still went along with it?
No.
I had the same exact feeling. I'm just like, I don't even think she would have taken the deal, even if, but just like a thought, because Rock, like we always said since the beginning, Rock has always been solidified about her character, who she is, and she don't answer to nobody but herself.
Yeah, she wouldn't have. I think if she did go back, she would have gave them the runaround. She would have came up with a plan and gave them a runaround. Or she might have even floated the idea to Pino, like, hey, this is how we could take out Stefano.
Hey, that's what I was thinking about.
Now, that would have been a more worthier conversation for her.
That's what I was thinking about too.
We could have used more screen time for something like that.
Yeah.
Because Pino wasn't never really a big of an issue for Rock. It was more or less Stefano. Yeah. Stefano been on your tail since you gave him the back burner.
Yep. All right. So another reason why that's a 5. But we knew at this point that Rock was pretty much running down all her options that she had, and she really didn't have that many options. So she's sitting here telling her lawyer that, she ain't got no choice but to take this deal or she's going to be gone.
I think they were trying to leave us in suspense with all these different options that Rock has. It just wasn't executed as well as it could have been done.
They tried, but I knew.
It wasn't executed well.
On that when we get to it.
Um,
You know,
Shit.
go ahead, CJ. You've
Go
been
ahead,
dying.
man.
You've been dying. Let you have it, bro. I'll let you have it.
no, man, because this was another scene right here. Okay, I'll say how the scene went before we get into it. So, got this whole memorial for Snaps and Pops. Uh, we get this character we're just now getting introduced to in the last episode, Lump, and he talks about Snaps and Pops, and how they was from the street, all that different other stuff. We see Stefano there. He makes some jokes and raises a toast to Snaps and Pops. And at the end, he's speaking with Stefano, and Lump brings up Stefano's past, stuff about early Tyler and how nobody knows the real Stefano and how grimy and dirty that he is. The main issue I had with this whole scene was, why are we just now getting introduced to a new character in the last episode? We've never heard this man's name mentioned
Yes, we
in
have.
none of the seasons.
Yes,
None
we
of
did.
them. If
Yes,
He
we
was
if
did.
mentioned.
anything,
He was
we should.
Yeah,
mentioned, but not seen. He was
he was
mentioned though.
mentioned but not seen. Yeah,
And which
when Marvin had Early Tyler taking book for him, he's the one who took Early Tyler. He took Early Tyler took Lump's place at the bar. They was
okay.
taking book for.
I
Okay.
was about to ask
He
the
had
same
said he had
question.
retired.
Okay, so that's why. Okay, so
Okay.
but then we
Yeah,
should have heard
it was
even
last season, wasn't it, Bobby?
yeah.
It was Marvin, Stefano, and Early Tyler sitting at a table together at Stefano's
Stefano's
restaurant,
restaurant. Yep.
and that's when Lump comes up.
Yep.
Stefano actually brings him up and asks Early Tyler about him, like, "Hey, I heard you were associated with Lump."
Yep.
And he was like,
Mhm.
"Yeah, I've been working for him, for a very long time. We had a good relationship, and they just kind of that was it though. It ain't and that was it. It wasn't enough though. Like
Oh, so it
this
never
was
went
totally
past that.
unneeded.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it was totally unneeded.
So that's
No.
why so just because y'all said that, that's why I had no clue, because we have no other mention of Lump after besides that. So that's why I'm like, at
Well,
some point, even at the beginning of the season, if y'all were gonna bring him in the last episode, we should have heard about his name again somewhat during the season.
because
And
what do we get
then
from those?
we didn't get anything.
We
Well,
didn't get
the only
nothing.
thing we got from this is he has he doesn't like Stefano,
Yeah,
but that's all
it.
we know. We don't know
Right,
why.
but what else? But that's my thing though. Like even in the previews where we see, what happened with Early Tyler and everything, and then we bring this up, now they meeting with are we just showing that Lump and Early Tyler was connected to Snap and Pop?
I guess so.
'Cause I got nothing else from this.
I guess so. That's the way I perceive it, since he was the one that was hosting the memorial. Kind of gave the
I mean,
eulogy for
if
him.
we would have saw Lump maybe try to get back at Stefano somehow, some way,
Or mourning
because
Early Tyler's death, or even
Mhm.
or
mourning Early
anything.
Tyler's
We
death.
didn't
Yes,
we didn't get anything from it. Like we didn't
they
get
really should have
anything like
brought the character in season 3 with Ronnie. They should have brought that. They should have brought the character in when they brought in Snap and Pop. We should have at least seen him having a conversation with Snap and Pop. We should have known that he was part of the Snap and Pop Stefano network. We should have known that. We should have saw that. Even if they would have brought him in for one episode, then that would have been
Right.
something we would have remembered um, when they showed him in this episode. But
when
yeah,
Early Tyler took over. Where Early Tyler took over, maybe he should have went. Maybe Early Tyler should have went to him and had a conversation with him,
exactly.
and have it
Exactly.
so we can be already introduced to the idea of Lump and know who he
And him
is.
coming back around.
Right. Yeah,
Exactly.
because right about now, all we have is just word of mouth and name of a story of who this dude is. But this is the first
Yeah.
time we actually put in a name to a face.
Like
Yeah.
Cub Stars say, 5. This right here was totally unnecessary. This whole scene right here, this memorial for Snap and Pop, the conversation with him and Stefano, it's ominous as it was. We really didn't get anything from it other than another character that doesn't like Stefano, but we really
Or
didn't get no backstory for it.
or
Right.
do you think maybe it could have been more to him, or they had more plans for him, but his untimely passing kind of threw things off a little bit.
I was about to say that.
Maybe. Or maybe if they had the 10 episodes, maybe we would have saw him earlier in the season. They would have brought him in. Maybe they did have other plans for the character, but I think he
Mhm.
passed after this role right here.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
it wasn't like he passed, during the time that they were filming. I think it was shortly after. So they had opportunity to work with the character prior to him
Yeah.
passing away. It was just poorly executed. This was just something that
Maybe
just
they
threw
had a
together.
plan for him in Origins, possibly.
And now
That's
that
what I'm
could be
thinking.
so. That could be so. Maybe that boomerang was gonna come back around in Origins. You're right.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's,
Oh,
I mean,
Because we
past
still
it, and
haven't
they
met
still want to give him
anybody
the
who,
screen time.
That's right.
yeah, and we still haven't met anybody who could face off with Stefano ugly ass.
Yep. I'm convinced at this point in Tony Danza's contract, he got to have something in there to say he can't be unalive.
Yeah.
There is no reason to have continued this character this long. And y'all said it perfectly in the group chat the other night. He is the new Drake.
The new
all
Dre.
all
Yeah.
his skimming and scamming, and
I
none
think
of that caught up with
I
him.
think I said that like 2 lives ago, and I was like, "Yo, why is he here?" It reminds me of Dre. It was like he's just
Yeah.
avoiding death at
Mhm.
every which way.
The
That's
character
because
we
he don't
want
come out of the
dead that won't
restaurant.
die.
Steph don't come out of the restaurant. He's fortified in that restaurant.
Go home into the restaurant. That's it.
Right.
Whatever olive oil he's praying with, man, I promise you that it's protecting him.
Why is he still here? All right, who want this?
I'll take it. I didn't understand. I
I
somewhat
didn't
didn't
either.
I was
understand
about to say, I
it.
didn't get nothing.
I didn't get
Uh,
nothing either, other than Juke looking at a gap.
Yeah.
So Juke is back here at she's back at Cafe Woo, and I think she's just looking around, just having memories of like
Yeah, reminiscing.
remember she
That's what I took
performed
from it.
with Fame on the stage. The streets need a body.
Okay.
Mhm.
The time she was there with Aisha and Kanan at the table, just having a whole bunch of flashbacks and all that other stuff.
How you
And-
telling that is how they should have showed that.
Yeah.
And even when her pops offered her the job, like, listen, I could get you something right here. That's basically about it. Like, let you earn your keep.
But you know what? This could have also been a perfect opportunity for Rock to come in and have that conversation with her too. This would have been a perfect
Mhm.
opportunity to bring Rock in. Juke, I've been looking all over for you. Here you are. This would have been a perfect opportunity for Aunt Rock to come in and have that time with Juke. Maybe it could have changed the outcome of this episode if Rock would have reached out to her sooner in the episode and they could have gotten back tight.
God damn it,
But
Rock.
we have not seen those two characters have any dialogue this season.
None at
Other
all.
than when she ran up over to her house to say, "I know you didn't put Fame down," and I guess she turned around and left after that. No other conversation was had. But this would have been a perfect opportunity to bring Rock in.
I wonder why they ain't have more dialogue. Is this some off-screen issues?
I don't
Another
know.
scene I didn't understand,
Pointless.
5.
with the exception of Pino giving Stefano the blessing to take
So
out
what
Rock.
was he trying to say here? Was he trying to say that he had already cracked Rock?
This is what I think I got from this scene. This is what I got from this scene. Pino was pretty much trying to sun Stefano.
Bingo.
Kind of like
he
have
was
his one
punking
up.
him.
Like, mm-hmm.
Bullseye.
Like he was punking him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
however, I'd have cracked her. You know what? You have my permission. When he said you have my permission, it was just kind of like I'm little boying you at this point. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like I still run you, even though I'm there. Don't get nothing twisted or and confused. And I think that's where Stefano just kind of was like, all right, enough is enough. I got to get this cocksucker out of here. And I think that's just kind of like what I got from this. I don't think it was necessarily needed right here, maybe, but I think the conversation had to happen between these two where Stefano would just go ahead and say, enough is enough. Anybody keep
Yeah, I'm gonna
avoiding.
make my move. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
That's
got
what
the
I got.
same thing, Jack.
Okay, that's a good point, fellas. Hey, Dexter, that's a good point. Maybe they purposely kept Rock and Juke from scenes all season just for this moment. So yeah, too much fluff for it to be the last episode. We need a little bit more action. Even if this was going to be a lighthearted episode, we didn't need to spend time with these characters anymore. All we really needed was for them to have some kind of dialogue and going about their business. But all this banter back and forth, like, yeah, we already get it.
Also, before you jump into it, Russia, also in that last scene, didn't Pino like kind of touch on Stefano's wife somewhat?
See, yeah, they talked about so much nothing in this.
I
don't know what we were supposed to take away from it.
It probably went over our heads because we didn't really kind of care about it.
Because I thought he said to Stefano, "You always get the girl."
I think he was going back to his story that he had told Rock at the beginning about
he was
about Dolores.
He
That was
was.
still on his mind.
Something Stefano ain't even thinking about.
Yeah, something Stefano didn't even think about. That was still on his mind because remember when he
Wait a minute, Stefano married the girl.
Yeah.
Oh, that's his wife.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's why.
Okay.
Yeah,
The
that's
Now
wife.
that makes sense.
Oh,
Yeah, he told Rock that, so that's why.
Yeah, Stefano
that
married the
makes
girl.
sense. Okay.
Yeah, Stefano
That
married
shit,
the
it's a
girl.
deep cut for him, boy. He can't take it.
So that's
Yeah,
why I
man.
figured that's why he mentioned that whole "you always get the girl" at the end.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because Stefano said she wouldn't give you the time of day. Because when he tried to go in there talking about, I cracked her already, Stefano was like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
She wouldn't even let you smell it. What are you talking about? Crack.
Yeah.
Okay,
This
that
is
makes
just a
sense.
pissing contest. This all this was. This is a pissing
Yeah, it was a
contest.
pissing contest.
It kind of just
Exactly.
gave us or showed us the green light that was given, or Pino's giving his blessings, which we already knew happened anyway, because Pino the one that said, they done here.
What's going on right here, Jack?
This is just a conversation with which I do it occasionally voice a bit. But right here, this is just a conversation between Tanner and Kanan, about the offer. Tanner coming in saying like, listen, your mom's pulled up. We made her an offer. She wanted to include you in the offer. We don't have nothing on you. We tried running your background. We see some little nonsense here and there. Regardless of any of that, this is your mom's lifeline, and she want to include you in the lifeline. And then when you sound like my mother. My mother would never work with you, 5-0.
Yo, where's your contract at, bro?
Yo, Jack now showed us with the Kanan voice, so he be
Oh man, yo, get this man a contract for real.
At the end of the day, Kanan pretty much said, I ain't with it. Regardless of what she may have said or may have not said, that's just not me. I'm not with it. You go on about your business. In fact, you get about my crib talking that crazy nonsense.
Did he bring up the Peel Boys too? He brought the Peel Boys here too.
Yeah.
He
He's
did.
like, I don't know nothing about no pale boys.
Because he was
No white boys. He said no white boys.
White boys.
He was like, because he gave him the name, and he was like, well, who else besides, so YTs would be named that.
Right.
Don't try to flip that on me.
All we needed from this scene was, and the fact that Tanner would tell him, your mom really loves you. How do you know that? This is your first interaction with Rock. And all she did was ask for immunity for her son, which that would be a natural thing to do for any parent to ask for immunity for their child as well. Which I was surprised that she didn't ask for the immunity for Juke and Kanan. So that just told us right there as the audience that what Marvin said to her was very true. She don't care about nobody but Kanan.
That Kanan.
It.
Yep, because she did not ask for protection then. Kanan get that drywall fixed.
Shout out to the hole in the wall.
Man, you gonna have to
I thought he was gonna say.
Shout out to the hole in the wall.
I thought Tanner was gonna point at that and be like, the streets are saying your uncle whooped your ass, man.
I would have lived for that. I would have lived for that moment.
All the money you make, you can't get that fixed, man.
It's got to be a blooper out there or something. You know what I'm saying? Where you just went off script and was like, "Hey, they're saying
They're
your
gonna
uncle
take your
whooped your
down
ass."
deposit, Kanan. They're gonna take your down deposit.
Right. Is that the same wall that they whipped you behind with?
It's clearly you got knocked the fuck out here, right? Oh yeah.
Rock desperate, yo. My girl desperate, man. Damn. I swear I told you to go down there and get my girl, bring her back to Brooklyn.
Man, listen, if she'd have came to Brooklyn, she'd have been a little bit of safe because I am part Italian, so I could have worked my way a little bit. But this scene right here, it was just like you knew that she was at ends with being desperate. Because she literally said, I want nothing to do with you. And the only reason why you're still breathing is because your brother. So now that he's no longer here, and obviously everybody in the world knows besides you, and you just recently found out, what would make you think approaching her would be the right choice?
Begging. She's desperate. She's like, yo, Flossie, is there no Flossie's like, go away. I ain't want nothing to do with you. And she holds her responsible for what happened to Marvin and Rock in this moment right here. I'm like, Rock, what is you doing? You sitting here insulting this lady when you're trying to get. See, that's one of the things. That's one of Rock's biggest flaws is when she can't get her way, she has a meltdown. So because the lady told her to beat it, she responds to her by saying that, you know, the only reason why you was interested in my brother, your goofy white girls always love Marvin and his goofy ass, and that wasn't the nature of their relationship.
I mean, and he passed along at this point. Like, why would you even speak on your brother like that? Like,
exactly. That was
that's part of the part of Rock character that's flawed to me and ruthless. Like, that's the part that I, you know, and it outweighs the good stuff that y'all see sometimes. For me, you know, like that part of Rock. Like, I can't get down with that, man.
Was she asking for her to sit down right here, though?
Well, she was asking. I think she was trying to convince Flossie to convince Pino to protect her or help her.
No, she was trying to get a meet with Stefano.
Yeah, she was trying to get a meet with
Stefano. Yeah. Begging.
So that's why she went to Flossie. Because I was confused. I was like, yo, why are you going back to her when she literally told you, like, she's done? So I don't know what you thought you could have said that would have got Flossie back in the fold. But it wasn't until she said to her, like, yo, I'm trying to get a sit down with Stefano. I was like, okay, she just trying to use her to get the Stefano to squash this before, because she knew, like, her time was running out since Marvin was gone.
Right.
And she could have used that to her advantage if she would have played it the right way. But she didn't play it that right way. Rock being Rock.
Yep.
Right.
So is this here where she tell the lawyer that she ain't going? Or
no,
where the lawyer tell her that Kanan didn't take the deal.
Yeah, and this is when she comes out and say, yeah, you know what? Matter of fact, my son is right. My son is right. I ain't doing this.
I hate his hair.
Like this. Yep. I ain't raised him like this.
Hair. Like, what are we doing?
I ain't raised him
Rock
like
wasn't
this.
gonna fold.
Yep, she wasn't gonna fold. Yep.
I'm glad Rock didn't fold. I would have been so pissed off. That hair is killing me. I'd have been so pissed off if Rock would have just folded and became a. I would have been done. I would have been like,
it would have took all her credit.
Like, we seen her at her lowest. We seen her at her lowest begging. Now you gonna go tell? Oh, now you going against the grain.
That would have been the worst. That would have been the worst. You can't.
That's a diminish of character, man. A diminish of character.
That's the worst type of diminish.
Has she ever been in this much danger, though? Has she ever been this exposed?
That's why he who will remain nameless was all wrong in the comments, hollering about Rock a snitch, Rock a snitch. Even though they set this plot up for us, we knew that at this point the character was not going to go this direction. This was just not what we know the character to be. Like what she started off with, that's one thing, but where we have spent 5 seasons with this character, we knew that this was not going to be the way she wanted to eliminate her enemies.
We knew it for 2 reasons. Because for one, Kanan kept going. If Rock would have did that, he would have had that target on his back. Already. He wouldn't have made it as far in the game as he was if Rock would have did that. And 2, just because although we know what happens to Rock at the end, but let's say she did, how would Kanan go see his mom and she in
Witset.
How would
that don't mean nothing. Tariq went visit Tasha every day.
Right, that done already broke there.
Well, that is true. That is true. I forgot Tariq.
I hated that part.
I to a job and everything. Remember, he went up to a job and everything.
That's right.
Besides it being in like a different time frame, I mean, he would have definitely made it work, but it would have just been, it'd just been weird. You already the son of a cop, and then now your mom's a snitch. Like, come on, like you already got 2
got a hold to that.
Can I answer Dexter's question?
Go ahead, because I was gonna answer it for him, but go ahead.
Pride.
Yeah, pride.
It's 100% pride.
Yep. She's not unique. She's not unique.
She wasn't ready to give up. She wasn't ready to give up. Even with Marvin gone, even with Lou gone, she knows she still had that little bit of work, and she was trying to find a way to get it out on the streets. Like
any way she possibly could.
She was not ready to go.
Listen, if she didn't do it, when her mom's passed. She ain't do it when her brother passed. She wasn't gonna do it when the other brother passed.
Yeah.
She's solid and stuck about staying in Southside Jamaica.
She don't want to go nowhere else. Yeah.
You don't want to
She
go
don't want to go
nowhere.
nowhere.
She's happy with her name ringing. Like she is
Mhm.
happy with being Rock. When Rock name is mentioned, it is fear, and she don't want to lose that. She don't want to go and be a worker at Walgreens. You know what I'm saying? So it's really her pride.
Yeah.
Right.
She wanted to get this work back out on the street any way possible. I don't even remember.
Oh, this is when one of the workers come to Breeze and tell him like the stuff on the street is booming. Like
The sales is profiting is going up really fast. Like
it's going
everything,
up real fast.
soon as they get it out there, is as soon as they bring in the profit back.
But this is another
because they ain't got no
conversation.
competition right now. So Unique crew gone, Rock crew gone. So yeah, the streets are all theirs.
Yeah.
And it's another conversation with his moms. They was like, let her run, and he was like, nah, just let her walk. And he was like, nah, I hear what you're saying, but that still ain't up to me though.
Right.
This comes from something higher. That still ain't up to me. And which shout out to at least Breeze. Like we did have conversations with this because I feel as though like the Power Universe be punking the mob. They be punking the Italian mafia, but I think he understands like, nah, it's the Italian mob. If they say we gotta move on this, we kind of gotta move on this.
There's a certain level of respect, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And I think here is where he realizes that the only way this is gonna happen is if he make it happen.
Yeah.
He got to go in here and talk to Fishman real quick.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I'm gonna let somebody else have it because I'm gonna go stupid with this. I'm gonna save my comments for the next slide, the next couple of slides. I'll let somebody else have this.
All right, so in this scene here, oh man, is where we get introduced to young Ghost and young Tommy, who was trying to get put on, and Kanan literally tells them, "No, y'all too young. Come back when y'all not." I think he said dealing with Happy Meals. Or something.
Yeah.
First before going, I told y'all, I've been telling y'all folks that Kanan was a lot, well, maybe not a lot, maybe about 5 years, maybe 6 years older than Tommy and Ghost. Everybody swore up and down they was around the same age. I kept saying, no, he's older. Because Ghost kept saying in OG Power, like, yo, he schooled us to the game. He showed us to the game. And then we even saw that scene, I forgot, what was it? Power or Book 2, where we saw them coming out of high school. It was like 96 or 97, whatever that was. My main gripe with this whole scene right here, I get it, the youngins, they supposed to be 13, 14, whatever, but these kids look like they are 10 years old.
Listen, when I tell you
8, 9, 10, yeah.
retro, when you sent me the link and you gave me the confirmation, to join the brothers today, I was at work last night and I rewatched it, and just to hear that, I understand that Kanan was older, but this makes it look like he's babysitting. What was they thinking bringing toddlers to think that this was going to match up to the fact that, okay, he said that they were too young. They could have got somebody that was a little bit older, at least looked a little
This was
older.
not well casted. This was not well casted. They could have casted the two that played Tommy and Ghost at the end of OG Power when they showed their post-credit scene. They should have brought those two characters back for this. Because in that post-credit scene, they were in high school. And this is where they should be right now, in high school. They should be in high school. But I'm gonna just I'm gonna just let y'all talk.
This is what stopped it. No, sorry.
Go ahead, Fresh.
I was just gonna say, I get it when we, you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to think back to when we was 13. Of course, we just starting to hit puberty. We don't have no facial hair. We still young.
Man, I probably look like that at 13. I ain't gonna lie. Man, I developed very late. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Look.
But it's just like they
But I get
don't
it, though.
look 13.
They
They don't look like they in the streets either. Somebody said in the comments they look well dressed. Look at it. They don't look like they in no streets. Kate was taking good care of them boys.
Why couldn't we get it?
Man,
Like, if we gonna introduce them,
the
right?
jury's out on that, but
If we gonna
From
introduce them,
the looks of it, she would take good care of them boys. They look, they don't look malnutrition. They don't look dirty. They don't look bummy. They don't look in the streets. Them boys look like
if we were gonna
they
introduce
from the
them at this
suburbs.
age, why couldn't we just see like when Breeze and Kane was putting in work with the corner boys? They could have been staring out the window or something like that, saying this is what they want to be and this is what they wanted to do. If we was gonna introduce them like this, instead of putting them, in front of us like this, they could have been at the window. Hey, Tommy, did you see that? That's what we need. They could have gave us something else if they're gonna bring them up this young. Not the way, not this. Yeah, these two were willing to put in work. What kind of work? They dealing with Fisher Price and play school items. What
For
kind of
real.
it's
extra shit that
1994
we're
though.
gonna put in?
No, we're
You know what I'm
93.
saying?
We're
No, it's
93.
93, but
93.
What did
Xavier,
Lou? I
that
thought Lou Graves said 94. Am I tripping?
It said 93.
No, it's
Is it
93.
93? Okay. My
Yeah,
bad.
it's a
93.
93.
And
It said
Xavier,
93.
to your question, they can't be 10 because remember in that post-credit scene, what did it say? It was 96?
95.
Yeah, 95.
Yeah, so at this point, they got to be like 13, 14 because they in high school in 95. So
They could have casted them a little better.
they could
They
should've
definitely-
used, like I said, they should have used the
They
same
could've-
cast. They should have used the same characters. They would have been familiar to us as well. They should have used the same characters that they used from the post-credit scene. Maybe they weren't available, but they should not have made them this young right here. They should not have
Yeah.
been this young.
This is what I got a theory. Okay, Origins, we got an 8-year time jump, 10 years, something like that, right?
Yeah.
When it comes
That's what
out.
they say.
Okay, do we get that time jump immediately?
Yep.
What is the purpose? What's the purpose of casting? Then it's a big fumble. Because
Yeah,
what's
you
the
get that
purpose
immediately.
of casting these guys for Tommy and Ghost if we don't live with them at all? Because if we're telling a true origin story, just like in the comics, you know what I'm saying? We going from as far back as we can possibly go, which would be these two characters at this point. Even if it's just for the first scene or so, like we get a baby Kanan that we never see again in the first episode of episode season 1.
Yep.
You know, even if it's just that short, because I feel like if we're gonna get an origin, then maybe these little guys is gonna be a part of it. But if we just jump straight to 8 years after this from now and they look nothing like this, we never see them again, or I mean, we gotta get flashbacks or something. I kind of believe in the writer sometimes. I've been following Power for so long that I just kind of ride sometimes. I'll be like, okay, I got faith that they gonna fix this. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they don't, but I mean, there is ways I think maybe they could fix it if we got maybe flashbacks with these two in the future or something, maybe. But if
Or
we just
even
have
if
a
they
straight
showed
8-year
them
jump, that's
again
terrible.
in Origins, coming back to Kanan again, and Kanan finally just gives in and go ahead and put them out to work. Even if we saw something like that, and then we fast forward, because you're right, at the beginning of Raising Kanan, I think we did start off.
Baby Kanan.
When he got the shit knocked out of him, and then his mama came and told him
put the batteries in the sock. Yeah, we did get a baby Kanan. We didn't see him no more after that.
We don't see him no more,
Right.
but you know what I'm saying? They kind of let us know where he start.
I mean, we might see that. That would be dope, but as far as I know, to my knowledge, that joint is jumping straight to jumping straight 8-10 years ahead, which is why I said unless we get a flashback, we won't see when Ghost takes out Breeze because they're jumping 8-10 years ahead. So we won't see that unless we get a flashback. And
we don't
Xavier,
even.
To your question, they were already in the game because in that OG post-credit scene, Tommy says to Ghost, "We need to go see Kanan." So they're already in the game.
Yeah, because we're not gonna get no in between. Like this is the last time. This is the first time he said no, but we don't even get a chance to see. Like, okay, you know what? When he actually says, you know what? I think you kind of guys are old enough to join in. Let me see what you guys is about. Like, I just feel like the casting was just like this was bad. Like they could have definitely did better casting.
Sometimes
that's
just
too young.
Like Retro said in the chat, sometimes they just say fuck the source material sometimes.
But they're in such a rush to tell their version of the story that I don't even think I think Jack said it earlier in the chat. Or CJ, one of y'all said it in the chat earlier that they just don't even go back and watch the older episodes.
Right.
Like they're in such a rush to tell their version of the story that they don't even think about continuity. Like this right here is a major one right here. I don't see how they're gonna be able to fix it.
And the fans, we so deep in it, like we ain't gonna miss the shit.
We ain't gonna miss it.
I feel like we as the
If
fans,
you show
we
it to me,
know.
I'm gonna remember it.
Yep.
Right. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I feel like we as the fans, this is something that I can honestly say every Power fan was definitely looking forward to is before you finish Raising Kanan, we need to see a young Tommy and a young Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
That right there, just straight out the window.
Yeah, just like with getting Ghost and Kanan's birthdays, like according to this, Ghost should be older than Kanan.
Mm-hmm.
But yet we meet Ghost as a kid and Kanan's older. Kanan was born in 1975. Ghost was born in 1974. That means right now Kanan is 18. Ghost should be 19.
Right. And if that's what 19 looks like, I promise you, I must have found puberty. I must have found puberty. I must have found puberty completely off the radar.
Maybe he had a sensu bean or something and he grew up or something.
Sensu bean.
Maybe he got teleported. Hey, maybe he got teleported to the future and grew up there and came back and now he's all of a sudden older than Ghost. Like
back here arrived with future trunks and stuff. Like that's crazy.
They're not gonna be able to clean this up. They're not gonna be able to clean this up.
Nah.
So that's why I don't have hope that we're not going to see the older versions of them. I think when we meet Ghost and Tommy in Origins, they're going to have to be 16, 17, somewhere around that because they're still in high school. So they're going to have to be like 15, 16, 17, somewhere around that age because of that post-credit screen. They would get out of school to go meet Kanan.
Nah, I think when we meet Ghost and Tommy
Maybe
around
they
that
become
time,
dropouts just like Kanan was.
I think
Kanan
they're going to be
was
around
cool
18, 19. And the reason why I say that, because now that you posted this up, I think the writers, they don't expect or see people like us invested in the show. So they're not going to think that people are going to go back and remember, like how you just showed this right here. Ghost driver license say he was born in 1974 because Power has been off the air for almost over 10 years or whatever.
12 years.
So they're
12.
not going to think. So when they're writing it, they're just like, nobody's going to remember that. We just going to write it this way. Like that's not going to happen. Like with the post credit scene, a lot of people not going to remember. Like, oh, it was 95 or 96 or whatever when we saw the young Ghost and the young Tommy coming out of school to go meet Kanan. So we just going to fast forward now to 2001, 2002, whatever it is, the time jump, because Origins is in the 2000s, so it's got to be 2000, 2001. So they're just like, this is what we're going to give them because nobody is going to go back and go through all the episodes to even sit here and think about like, yo, something's not right. Like these small little stuff like us, for us, we're going to recognize it because we're invested. But for like just somebody who just watches the show who don't remember, like, nah. Like the same thing how we said with Juke and Kanan. Like, that whole thing. So I think that's all it is. I think at this point now the writer's like, we'll take bits and pieces from OG Power, but we not about to do everything because they're not even going to remember that because that show.
We're going to do it our way.
Damn, there ain't even canon.
It's not canon at this point. It's not.
It couldn't even fit in the canon category if they wanted to.
But you know what? I guess the reason what irritates me is because this was a prequel and that the spinoffs wasn't done in order. When they showed that post-credit scene at the end of Power, we really should have gotten Origins then. Or we should have at least gotten Raising Kanan then.
Mm-hmm.
But we got Book 2 instead, then Force, and then Raising Kanan.
Raising Kanan.
It was all so you don't know where
to begin.
Exactly. Well, to me, I feel like this is technically where it should begin in Raising Kanan.
Mm-hmm.
That would kind of make sense because Raising Kanan basically tells Kanan's story up until when he finally meets Ghost and Tommy, and then from there, Origins, and then Power itself.
Yes, correct. They didn't do a good job. I mean, we don't went around the world and back again, but I think we all come to the same conclusion that the casting for young Ghost and Tommy just wasn't good. And this throwaway scene right here, just to introduce them, we knew that we was going to get introduced. I would have just rather them been introduced as their current characters right now. They could have been brought in as the current characters right now and maybe de-aged a little bit Just like how they did at the post-credit scene at the end of this. They de-aged Marvin, they de-aged Rock. They could have done
and
the
Lou.
same thing with these two characters. They could have brought the same two characters that's in playing them right now and made them look like they're like 12 or 11 or whatever, or de-aged them.
Like I had an idea. Like what if you see how like the introduction, like how they put out for Origins, how you see Tommy and Ghost inside the car. That imagine if we would have got some sort of ending leading up to that to give us what to look for to go into Origins.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, you know what? Now that they already show Rock, they show how, you know, she was young, she gave birth to Kanan, and then just like, okay, somewhat present time, give us a time screen. Okay,
Exactly.
you know, now you see, okay, Tommy and Ghost. It's like, oh snap, we got to meet up with Kanan, and then boom, now you give the audience something to look for in Origins.
Yeah, let's look for that. Exactly. We'll be on the lookout for that when we got to Origins. Exactly. I agree with that.
Right.
The fact that nobody else showed up for Marvin, disrespectful.
They disrespect Uncle Marv like oh no.
I think this was just a wake, bro, like a viewing for family.
I know, but still, the fact that nobody else showed up,
Lost
the fact
else
that
do
you
they
didn't get
somebody.
a funeral. I mean,
But even back to what Retro said, it was just like y'all gave Snaps and Pop out of all people,
a room full of people, a
whole
in there
memorial,
to see
and
these
you
gangsters.
You gonna disrespect Marv like that, and
Marvin got
nobody?
Nothing but a lollipop.
Damn, y'all making my rating go down.
Disrespectful, man.
Me
I'm glad
too,
they got
man.
his chains
I'm
on
like,
him, though. I'm
hey.
glad they got Marvin in his chains. They just need to put
Yeah.
his sunglasses on. They need to put his sunglasses on and whatever. And Jukebox gave her daddy his last snack and whatever. No conversation here. No nothing.
I like that touch though. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, that was
That
dope.
sucker
She gave him
that was
sucker.
enough
Yeah.
for me.
Another scene where Rock could have came in.
Rock should have been coming in
Where
too.
is Rock?
Another scene where Rock could have came in.
Where is Rock?
Out of all the scenes that we done seen throughout this whole episode, I think this would have hit a lot harder if
5.
Rock
She keep reminding us.
Right. I feel you. 5.
Yeah, keep it coming, Cub Star. Keep it coming,
Yeah.
Cub Star.
Swerve, you right though.
Weird.
Have we seen the scene? You right, Swerve. Have we seen the scene where Rock came in and at least saw Marvin's body, and just see her completely break would have made it. Would have been dope. It would have made like then we will finally see Rock as like a human being versus her just being always so cold.
Mm-hmm.
Or it would have
she
proved
is,
it would have proved what Marvin said about her wrong. When he told her
But he
in that
was right.
conversation, he was right.
Yeah.
But when he told her in that conversation, you really didn't care about me or Lou. Just
Mm-mm.
having Rock come over there, even if she was just crying.
That's why she had to go, man. Come on, y'all. She had to go because of that, bro.
Rock should
Come
be.
on, man.
This would have been a perfect. So many opportunities for Rock.
Man.
So many opportunities for Rock right here. This could have been one right here that meant the most to Juke. Her showing up for the viewing.
She should have showed up. Like what?
And offered her condolences. Juke, come on, go.
Even
leave
if-
me, look
even
after
if-
you. Something.
Right. Even if like let's say for example they had a cutscene where Rock was there and then Juke walked in, or even vice versa, it would have showed some sort of emotional stability where it's like, okay, she's human. She actually can express herself. She can
And she's
I
actually
need y'all to come to
cry.
terms with
She
that.
can
That's why
breathe.
they didn't.
Or let's just say that because Rock got the green light on her or whatever, they could have showed her in a different car around the corner or whatever. I get she got a green light on her, and people might pull up and go hit him like, oh yeah, Rock definitely gonna show up at this funeral. She don't show up nowhere else. At least show her somewhere, kind of like what they did with The Wire with Omar. Something.
Right.
So to show something. They gave us nothing with Rock and Marvin.
I think
But they
she
gave us
cared.
nothing for Marvin. They made it seem like not only did Rock not care about Marvin, but nobody else did either.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I really think this is a private viewing for the person who funds the funeral.
It
If you
is.
don't put down somebody close to you, you get that first little viewing before the wake and everything.
Yeah.
And I think
They
that's
do.
what we're looking at right now.
But I
And
guess what
Rock's not
irritates me
there
about
because
that
she
is the
put a
fact that
dime on it.
Kanan was there. The fact that they showed Kanan there,
And
I
not
expected
Rock.
to see Rock there. I need.
Yeah.
Is that actually in the episode though?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kanan's there. We never
Yeah.
saw
Kanan,
Rock.
yeah,
And the
Kanan
only
showed
thing I'm
up.
thinking of is maybe like
We got a
Rock,
funeral for
maybe Rock
Marvin or
didn't want to
something?
accept it.
Yeah. And well, at the end of the day, we also know why Rock didn't show up. I guess we're questioning why Rock didn't show up, but to be quite honest with you, the way that the character is written, we know exactly why Rock didn't show up, because her focus right now is on trying to find protection and getting his work back on the street.
Mhm.
So
Right.
that's her motivation.
Everything
right now.
everything in these scenes basically just prove Marv right, where it's like, yo, Rock just really don't care. I mean,
I
you
think-
might care to
Unless it's
yourself,
this work.
but like you might care to yourself, you might say it to yourself 1,001 times, but as far as like physical proof, you're really not showing nobody.
She
My
even
take on
told
this,
Pino that it just focus her. It just sharpens her focus when
my
it
Hey,
comes
take
down
on
to
it
Swerve.
this
after
money
I
and everything.
watched,
Everything else is a distraction.
Hey,
my take on
Swerve.
it after I watched the last episode is she cares, and I thought about previous seasons. Like she cares, but because she's a woman kingpin in the game, she can't show the emotions. Like she has to stay rock hard, solidified. Like she can't show a weakness because she feels like
A target is on her back.
a
She the
target
main
Right.
target.
first. Like you gotta think about it. How many women kingpin, like we seen her go, everybody we seen her go up against, with except this season with Flossie, have all been men. So it's like she has to stay like, yo, I have to stay this rock hard, solidified. I can't show a weakness, because if I show this weakness, now my enemies, they're gonna take advantage of it. So I think
Right.
that's why we never saw, you know what I'm saying, like her being just a human being. Like, and I think that's why they had her, especially from the last episode, that's why they had her still out here trying to get protection or just get back in the streets, because she knew now that my muscle is gone. Oh, it's it for me. It's a wrap. I don't have
Yeah.
nobody to protect me, so I know they're coming for me next.
She literally had nobody, because especially you had the ends with your son. Both of your brothers are gone. Your niece, you basically just
Out here
high
on her
and by
own.
with her,
Just
and
out here on her own.
you're on your own. So it's like I get it, but at some point it's like, yeah, you don't want to sit there and degrade yourself. You want to stay top dog, so that way the other people don't degrade you. But I mean, it just proves Marv right. But I definitely agree with you, Fresh.
Yeah, nah, right, Swerve. I agree with you too that it did just prove Marv right, that we never get to see her go.
Yeah,
See
right.
Marv in the casket.
When
Mhm.
Swerve, when somebody show you who they are, believe them.
Oh yeah, of course.
Believe them. Rock been showed us, y'all, when she was able to take her mom out. Come on now. Believe them. That's Rock. That's Rock, bro.
Okay, so wait a minute now.
Yeah, because that
wasn't a decision she made. That was a
Yeah,
decision
that was a
her
little
mama
different.
made. Her mama
that
made
was
Yeah.
a decision choice.
My mama can't ask me to do that.
Because remember,
her
she
mama,
asked,
her mama
That ain't
did
because I ain't man enough as my sister.
she asked Marvin to do it and called him sorry Marvin.
Right.
Marvin couldn't do it. So she said she knew that Rock was gonna be the only one, especially since her and Rock had that strained relationship.
But they are
Mhm.
so much alike,
Let's just
though.
call a thing a thing.
Xavier-
Rock didn't go in there. Rock didn't go in there and unalive her mama because she wanted to unalive her mama. She was granting her mother her last wish.
Wish, yeah.
Didn't want to.
Xavier made a point though. Don't forget, I own you, Lou. Don't forget that conversation.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, she still showed up for him. She still
Yeah.
showed up for him.
After she
But
belittled him.
that's what made it even worse. Where it's like, okay, one brother dies, you show up. The other one dies. I mean, I get it. You're out for survival. You're in survival mode.
Bro, she ain't put a dime on that
She didn't
funeral
really
for
show up. She didn't really show up for Lou.
That's why
Yo,
she's not there,
what
bro.
is-
They call you when they get done.
What is 10
I had to
minutes?
put my father down not too long ago. I'm telling you, bro. This
Even
is
if she
not.
didn't show up for Rock, she should have showed up for Juke. She should have.
Yeah.
Juke at some point should have been a priority for her. I get that she out here trying to put her work out and she trying to get some protection, but at the end of the day, she should have a second thought that damn, is Juke all right out here?
These are the heavy flaws that I'm talking about that outweigh the good for me, and it's
But-
just my opinion. You know,
But
it ain't
you know what's,
go
you know
against
what's
you.
funny that you say that, OG Bobby? The writers wanted us to hate it that way.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
They did.
She killed
They
it.
damn sure
Juke like
did.
the last episode where Ghost got unalive in it. Ghost, every interaction he had with everyone was a build up for him to be unalive. They wanted
Oh
us to hate
my
Ghost,
God, because they made him
Be
a
a villain.
bad guy.
and that's
Yep.
exactly what they're
Jesus
doing here with Rock.
Christ.
That's exactly
It
what
was,
Nobody
they're
can
doing here
it
with
was
stop
Rock.
so dirty. See, now you're making me go back. All right, we ain't gonna get into that because we'll be here all day.
Yep,
right.
yep.
I hated that whole. Oh, all right. Anyway,
Even when they showed him from the different perspectives, it was a build up for this. And so I think that this is what this is a build up for Rock to be erased.
Yeah.
So again, we see Kanan in these deep thoughts, and surely he's going through all of the motions of what's happened with putting Marvin down. He's coming to the conclusion that it's the end for my mama. Like this
Yeah.
shit is real. Like this ain't no more. All these last few seasons he been running around. I don't care about Rock. I don't care about Rock. I'm gonna put her down myself. This, and that. But the reality is starting to sit in on him that your mom finna be gone, bro.
And let me be clear, I'm sick of his shit too.
I'm sick of his shit too.
Probably more than Rock, to be honest with you. Shit. Now you got a heart.
Now you got a heart, right?
Mm-hmm.
All you've done.
I think it hit him, like I told y'all, when Juke told him that Rock didn't put down Fame. But I think he just tried to be just exactly like Rock. He wanted to stay in the character and be like this hard body and not show no emotion and just be like,
oh, he didn't want to admit that he was wrong.
Yeah,
right.
He didn't want to admit that he was wrong. And so if y'all watch the predictions, I told y'all at some point, Kanan and Rock, they was going to squash it. And we see right here, like he told Stefano, like, yo, I got it. But at the end of the day, that's still my mother. So now he's like, we could do it another way.
Right. He's trying to find a plan B for her to sit there and like get an escape.
Because I think now that he knows, like, okay, Rock didn't put down Fame. So she more than likely didn't put down Crystal either. So I don't want to admit I'm wrong. And then especially when Juke told Kanan in the last episode, like, you can't do all this man stuff and then start bitching up. I think that hit him hard. And that's what's making him now starting to think like, yo, all right, I got to fix this. I got to be a man.
Plus also, I mean, especially because of the fact that now that her brother's gone, now she's so exposed.
Yeah.
There's nobody to back you up. Even if Kanan did or did not know that the Pinot deal is gone and all, now she's fully exposed. Before she had she had Marv, she had Lou, she had some sort of manpower that's next to her. So even if, God forbid, something was to happen, somebody would be there to protect her. Now she's open.
She has Scrap. Ooh.
Oof.
Don't put that all on Rock. Don't put that all on Rock.
Yeah, I see what you try to do, OG Box. I see what you try to do.
Bobby, don't put that all on Rock.
I see what you try to do, man.
Don't do that.
I ain't gonna jump off subject.
Don't do that.
Inadvertently, Kanan didn't know he was empowering Stefano right here.
He
Inadvertently. Because Stefano realizes at the point that, okay, what do I get out of killing Rock? I'm happy. What do I get if I kill Pinot? I move up the ladder. So Kanan,
exactly, Dexter. Thank you, Dexter. Exactly, Dexter. That was bad info from Howard. Rock did not put that hit out on Scrappy because she was just this vicious, unalive like Kanan is.
No, she bad info she got from
Howard. She had to take out Scrap. He had to take out Scrap.
He was moving sloppy anyway. It was
he
ain't gonna go back to Scrap. I love me some Scrap.
He was moving sloppy. He was out here running. Did they not tell him to run them not to run them cards?
Yep. All it takes is for somebody to think you snitching. That's all it takes. So she had to take care of Scrap.
Right, especially the fact back when Marvin first visited him and they lied and said, "Oh no, like somebody was in here." Nah, you wasn't home doing that. Like, bro, I went and visited you. So it's like you gave more ammunition for the lie to become a truth until it actually came out.
They had to clean Scrap up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pack them up.
But this right here, I'm gonna tell you what I got. I think Pinot conversation. I think that visit that Pinot had.
They could have took a rehab like they did Lou.
It was. And Stefano was like, you know, I could use this to my advantage. Stefano just had like the light bulb. I saw the light bulb go on.
Yeah.
Come
Was
on,
it
I
just
see this
me?
somebody.
Yeah.
Was it just me? And maybe this was just my mind going all over the place at this point, because at this point I'm like, okay, where are we going with the story? But when he was like, I might consider letting her live, but she gonna have to do something for me. Was I the only one for a moment there thought that
He
he was
wanted her
actually
to pop that coochie.
exactly?
He wanted her to pop that coochie. That's what I thought.
The only thing
Because,
Stefano was her
listen,
taking
I
out
did
Stefano.
too.
every
I mean,
time
her
that
taking
Rock is
out
in their
Pino.
presence, they always still call her gorgeous and shit. But
Yeah,
that's
but when
one
she ain't around, they
bad
call
mother
her Tootsie
lover.
Roll. They call her Tootsie Roll and a Moolie and all this shit when she ain't around. But for a moment, I was with you, Bobby. I was like, oh yeah, he wanted her to
The
come
only
through
thing
and
was in
crack.
my mind was like, well, Pino already won a crack, so therefore, if you give Pino
Exactly.
the idea that he can crack, you can get close to him and go ahead and
Mm-hmm.
take care of this business for me. That was the
I didn't.
first thing that came to my
So
mind. I didn't
Nah,
like
she
the way
wouldn't
they
have
did
done
it,
it. She wouldn't
Rock
have
but
wouldn't have
that
done
was
it.
no, she
She
wouldn't have
wouldn't have
done it.
done it.
she
She
wouldn't
wouldn't
have
have
done
done
it.
it.
She
Until
wouldn't have
y'all
done it.
said that, I didn't even think
Heck
that.
nah. Ain't they one of them gonna
I knew
sniff
it was
it.
a hit. I just didn't know who on who though.
Yeah, I knew it was a hit on Pino
Yeah,
immediately. So Pino punked him, and Pino came in his business and punked him in front of everybody
After
that
I
Pino
processed the
worked for
comment,
Pino.
first
Mhm.
thought was he wanted her to come through and let me see what that throat do.
I mean, well, everybody worked with Stefano.
That was the first thought. Second thought was Pino, yeah,
Yeah, that he took that as a big
an
disrespect.
opportunity.
And
It was an
I went in
opportunity.
that same order.
You were in
yeah,
that same
I
order
took
too, Bobby.
Yes, I
Yep.
went in that same order.
I took the hit on Pino first because when Pino came in and disrespected him at his place of business in front of the people that work for him, nah, he
Yeah.
wasn't about to get ready to let that go.
He did that at his house too, bro. Now that you bring that up,
Yeah,
that
he
ain't the
did do
first
Yeah,
that
time
he
he
at his
did.
house.
disrespected
But
him like
also
that.
keep in mind, we kind of got a little hint to it with his conversation with Lump. He told Lump that he didn't want to live forever. He wanted to be the last one to
Last one,
live.
yeah,
So
Yes,
he was the
did.
last one.
No, he told that to Lump.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
When
that's
you
what
look
he's
at
Yeah,
saying.
that's what he said.
Oh, I thought you said Rock. Okay.
no, he told that to
Yeah.
Lump
Yeah.
that he didn't want to be the one to live forever. He wanted to be the last one to live. So all that was just him taking advantage of an opportunity. I'm gonna use her to do my dirty work. And
That was
the fact
He'd
that
be
he
the
knew
second.
that Pino wanted to crack, that just made it easier for Rock to be able to do, pull off the mission.
This would be the second mob boss that he done took out too, which is crazy to me, but that's
And
not here.
and no backlash from it.
Exactly.
No backlash.
Crazy.
No backlash from it
No
whatsoever.
nothing.
Where the
And
community
as powerful he say he is, you shocked at the.
Nah, that's the
Yeah,
third, y'all.
Who was the first?
There is
You
a
got
third.
Sal Baselli
He took
Sal.
Sal out. He took
with the
Mr.
mailman. He put Marvin on him, and
Yeah,
then Russo,
Mr.
and now
Russo.
Pino.
Russo and
Oh yeah,
Yep,
this
this
is
is
the
his
that
third
is
first
one.
three.
mob boss.
That is three.
That
He
is
should
three.
be at the top of the chain. God damn, Stefano. Shit.
For real.
After the
What
first two,
are
he
the
should have
other
just been at the
five
top.
families? Because if he's in Queens, that means he should probably more than likely be part of the
Shit,
Coast
there
to
ain't no more
Coast.
5 families no more.
What
Shit, he
else is
done
we
killed
down to
all the
2.
bosses.
We
Let's
down
go.
to 2.
No, you still got 5 families because once you eliminate one, somebody the underboss,
Yeah,
the
somebody else
capo
is gonna
just
step
moves
up.
up.
Yeah,
Just moves
somebody
up.
do step up.
Yeah, somebody do just step up.
The
But
underboss
I
moves
just
up.
don't understand how at no point did we ever see anybody try to hit at Stefano.
I don't understand it. That's why I'm like the power
Especially
universe do
after
not
he
respect
took
the
out
mafia.
We've been saying this for the longest. That
You know, he
literally
especially
flipped
after
his
Queen
taking out
people.
had
Family
Remember,
to
Guy.
he flipped his
go.
people. Who's the last one he put down? Russo, right?
Russo.
He flipped his
Russo.
people. You remember
Now
he
I
flipped.
get it that Stefano is higher above the chain because he's in New York, quote unquote.
But he wasn't hired above Pino.
He wasn't hired
I
above
mean, he's
Pino.
not higher above Pino, but I'm saying I get it because like Sal and Russo were part of the
They were Jersey.
mob.
Yeah, they don't
but at
like
some
Coach
point,
don't really respect them that
it
much.
still should have been a retaliation on
Mm-hmm.
Stefano from Russo's people. Shoot, we never even saw retaliation
He flipped
from
them. Remember,
from
he flipped
Vasili's
his
people.
people.
Braceli's people could have been the first people to try to take the hit, but nobody didn't want that static across the river.
They didn't want that stack, but I know Russo's people weren't gonna do them because he used Russo's people to carry out the hit.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
I knew there wasn't going to be no retaliation from them. He flipped
That's fair
them.
enough.
That's a Camaro, by the way.
Yeah, that's Camaro.
Yes,
we was
yes,
talking
it
about
is.
it.
Yeah,
Yep, it's a Camaro.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
It looks great.
Yep.
It sounds better.
Where did you be getting these throwaway cars from? This is the
And
second
Duke
time.
got
we
that
ever
pocket
seen
full
Same
of
way
money.
Marvin was getting them cars.
it.
The same
Well,
way
Early Tyler
Kanan
gone,
and
so they ain't getting it from Early Tyler no more. The way they get the cars.
Oh man,
the
early.
same way Kanan and Breeze was getting them little throwaway cars.
Yeah, she got
Man,
the
what she
throwaway
was in a
car.
Corsica? What was she in?
Nah,
I
she
thought
was
it
in a
was a
Park
Corsica.
Avenue.
Yeah, Park Avenue.
Park
Yeah.
Avenue.
Yep.
Now that might be a Regal around that time. That might be the Regal.
Oh, that might
It's
be
still
a
a
It
Buick,
is
though.
a Regal. It is.
Mhm.
It's a
Yep,
Buick.
it looks
Yeah.
like a Regal.
Little Buick Regal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kane ain't got no kind of situational awareness at all. If I'm out here in the streets, I'm looking around everywhere I go to make sure that I'm.
Why didn't he think that Juke would be looking for him?
He didn't
Because
care.
he didn't know that Juke
They
knew.
think he untouchable.
Yeah. I'm the
He
man
didn't know
out
that
here.
Juke knew.
But knowing how his cousin is and how she was about fame, you would have thought that would have been an afterthought for him.
Yes.
You would have
Right.
thought that would have been an afterthought for him. I have to agree with that.
And you got to know that Juke was probably a part of the reason that Snaps and Pop met their demise, or at least that runs into the back of your head, right?
Because she was literally pushing
She
it
was
onto him
pressing
like,
up,
yo,
yes.
that's your boy. That's your best friend, and you really
Why wouldn't she?
Right? Why didn't you try to go? But oh man, yeah, it's so much that like now that we're talking about this,
I mean,
I'm
like
reading this going.
What club star at with her 5?
Oh man,
There she come.
yo, she's gonna be
Yeah,
here
that's
soon.
good.
She's gonna be here soon.
Jesus
You're gonna just see the
Christ.
5 out of nowhere.
Yeah, 5. That could be interesting if Bocelli's wife have Stefano taken out in Origins. I would have just
Nah.
liked to have seen that happen already, but she is in Origins
Right.
though.
She's in Origins.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she.
Wow.
Then I guess maybe what Kanan goes back to make that. Because to be honest, I don't think we even gonna see Stefano in Origins.
I don't think so either, but
Like
I
I
don't
think
know.
by that
if
time,
Pen love Tony Danza. Who's to say?
yeah. I mean, I'm trying to figure out and curious how they're gonna put her character in Origins, but the only thing I could see is somehow, especially since we see Tremont in Origins, is
Shit,
that
she's the
somehow
first one that come up when you look at the casting.
it's like
She's
they're
the
going
first one.
to, I guess somehow Kanan's gonna reach back.
And they got her casted for 8 episodes.
It's like they're gonna
Oh,
reach
wow.
back to her.
When you go look
And-
at go on IMDb and look at the cast, she the very first one that come up. Teresa
So-
Bocelli.
That's the only thing I can see. I mean, Xavier, I get it. She want revenge, but it was like to show that in Origins, like that's why I feel like
We should have seen that
Stefano's
already.
not going to be in Origins because we're getting an 18-year time jump. In that time, Stefano's already old. You know what I'm saying? Breeze is gone. Breeze gets unalived in 95, 96, somewhere around that time.
Where did they say that? Where was that ever said at?
What
That
when
he got
gets
unalived in that year.
Because remember the scene where Ghost tells Tariq that he was around the same age as him when he took out Breeze. So that would put Ghost around what 15, 16, 17.
I was about to say 16, somewhere around there.
So it would have to be somewhere between 95 to 97. So Breeze never even makes it to the 2000s. By
That's
the
crazy
time-
if they do this.
It is
That would be
because
wild.
That's crazy if they do
I don't mean
this.
to cut you off, CJ. That would be super crazy, and you probably actor. You normally pretty good because why would they do that with the time jump with? I can't even wrap my head around it, to be honest with you, man.
I
Like
can't either.
that just doesn't make any sense to me that
It
they
don't make
they
no
would do
sense.
that, man.
It doesn't,
Right.
but that's
It
literally
would be too quick.
I mean, because they make it seem like 50 goes to jail around the same time that Breeze gets knocked
Gets
off. Like it's
unalived,
all one
yeah.
big plan of a takeover.
And
Doing
then
OG
Tommy and
power.
Ghost takes over from there.
Right,
Yeah.
but what we know is that Breeze get taken out first, and then
Mhm.
doesn't Kanan go to jail?
Yeah.
Yes. Because they set Kanan up. Kanan was the last piece.
Because
Right, 'cause
Kanan
they-
was supposed to be in on it. And he told them, they said, man, they was down for some shit I wasn't down for. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Well, according to
But-
the writer, Kanan was the one that orchestrated it.
That don't
Oh,
make no
wow.
sense.
It don't make no
Because
sense. None of this
And-
makes any sense.
Oh,
None of
wow.
that adds up.
And
Look
none
at
of it
that clip
adds
that I
up
posted in the chat later on.
because
I'm
there's
starting to think
also
Sasha Penn don't like Courtney Kemp.
Yeah.
Like,
but there's
And
also
it
a
seems like he's
scene-
trying to undo everything that she's done, and
Yeah.
the way she did it, he's doing it his own way. I get that feeling too.
But there's also a scene in OG Power where, remember the scene where Sean is about to take out Ghost. Ghost tells him right then and there why he sent Kanan to jail. And he tells him he set him up because he was like, it was either that or take him out. He didn't want to take him out because he had so much love for Kanan. So we already know that in the 2000s. So that's why I think the first what is it? The
You
first
tying
season
it in
of,
for me now.
of Origins, we're going to see like just the build up before they send Kanan to jail. So like, I hate that we're going to have a time jump, but we know for a simple fact that there's a time jump because Breeze gets unalived in the 90s. Like they, you know what I'm saying? Ghost has made it, but
Well, if they were gonna do that, they could have just took him out here.
Right,
That's
that was
true.
a big
Go ahead
fumble.
and took his ass
That's
on
true.
out of here right
That's
now.
a big fumble.
that's true.
Cub, I'm at a 7.
Nah.
I'm at a 6 and I'm at a 6.
I'm at a 7 now.
I'm at a
I
6.
started
moved
at
to the
8.5.
I
I'm
moved to
gonna
the
get there
6.
with
Now
I
y'all
went from
see why I
7
said
to 5 to 6.
Now y'all see why I said a 5. Go ahead, Retro, so we can get into this joint.
All right, so Rock and Kanan meet up outside a shopping center, and Kanan was like, "We meet in public. You don't want to meet at the house? You don't trust me to meet at the house?" She was like, "Hell no." I was like, "I don't blame you either." Like the last time, do you not remember the last time you came over to my house? You put a blicky on me. You upped on me and unalived my brother. This was a conversation that they needed to have, should have been had. I enjoyed the conversation. This conversation right here was acknowledgement from Rock, pretty much blaming herself for all of this that's happening, and taking responsibility for what Kanan has turned into. And he tells her that he's sorry, and she says for about Marvin, what did she say? She said, "Are you sorry
Marv,
about?"
Lou.
Either way, his response was for both.
Right.
So he
About
takes
Marvin,
some
about
accountability. He takes some accountability for his actions, but still tries to blame Rock for all of these things. And I think the only thing that Rock went wrong with him, in my opinion, the only thing I see Rock went wrong with him is not sitting him down and telling him why she needed to do what she needed to do with D-Wiz before she did it. And explaining to him the whole situation about Howard. She never told Kanan the backstory about Howard. She was 16. I was a CI. He took advantage of me. Blah, 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 blah. I think Kanan would have understood why she had hatred for Howard if she would have explained to him how this happened. This wasn't your loving father. You wasn't conceived out of love. So she should have been more upfront with him in those conversations about what was going on with the business.
Right.
And so they go back and forth about everything that has happened. And she tells him, like, Kanan, I know I messed up, and I love you the best way I could, the only way I knew how. And that was real talk, because it ain't a rule book on how to be a parent.
No, there really isn't.
There ain't a rule book on how to love someone. So in all of what she had going on, trying to run a business, keep her brothers in line, keep these enemies off her back, and she got a son that's out here wilding out, she did the best that she could. So when she said that, I kind of understood the character's plight.
Right.
That no matter what she did, she wasn't going to make good decisions. She didn't make good decisions always for the business. She didn't make good decisions when it came to Lou and Marvin. She damn sure didn't make good decisions when it came to Rock, but at the end, to Kanan, but at the end of the day, she did the best that she could. And I think he heard her.
Right. I just felt like, that this whole scene right here was just beautiful. I felt like we saw not only a closer, but we definitely got that soft side of Rock.
Yeah, this is the human moment that y'all were looking for.
Exactly. This was the part where we all been looking for, which is Rock showing vulnerability. And the only one, only person that can literally take that out of her would be her son.
And I love how she checked that nigga finally about her brothers. I'll never forgive you for that.
Yeah.
I love that she had a chance to speak there, so he got to live with that too.
Yeah. Remember, like I said, if you watched it, the predictions said this was gonna happen. Like they was gonna come to a head. They was gonna squash the beef, and of course, I thought the ending was gonna be different. But I knew that this was coming.
Yeah, you
because
called it.
Yeah, it would have been no other reason for them to meet up to speak.
Yeah.
So I knew it was, and like the synopsis says, everything. What did it say? Everything's coming to the end, right?
Yep.
So I knew right then and there, like, yo, this is where, like, yo, we're gonna squash it, and then Rox is just gonna be like, yo, I'm out the game. I'm about to bow out. Like, you got it.
Super
And
juke.
that's gonna be it. And I should have known.
Boy, this hurting that Marvin put on him. That man, I still bloodshot.
Right. I'm still trying to figure out how they did that. It must be a contact.
Yeah, it's a
But I
contact.
should have known when Juke was watching them what was going to happen, but it did not. It did not click in my head.
Like Jack thought of Pino, I knew it was old for Rock.
I didn't think it. I
damn,
thought it was
already
more
looking
so
for
I
like.
didn't either. I thought the same thing you thought, CJ. I thought that when she saw that Kanan and Rock was getting making back up, I thought that was going to. I really thought that was going to kind of, what can I say? I'm not gonna say warm her heart, but I really thought that was going to kind of like, pop her back into reality. That there's still hope for the family. I don't know why. I felt like Juke
we
was
got that
looking at
dark
that.
Juke. Where does she come from? When is it gonna finally happen?
Yeah.
And Juke just wanted Kanan to feel the same pain that she feeling, and that was it.
I
You love your
concluded
mama
that
again?
Juke was gonna get her out of here at this point.
I didn't. I thought Juke was going to take that as that. This is how I figured it: is that Juke saw them meet up, and she thought immediately, like, "Oh, y'all been scheming this whole time behind our backs."
Get both of them.
That's what I want.
And then I thought at the end, this is finally where we see Kanan get that scar from Juke.
Yep.
Right.
That's what I thought was going to happen. So when she saw them, I was like, "Oh, okay." She see them. She like, "Oh, y'all buddy now. Y'all hugging, y'all crying, everything else." She was just like, "Okay." So basically, y'all been doing some little stuff behind the back in the family, and I thought like at the end, that's what she was going to confront Kanan, and we was going to see how Kanan finally got that scar.
That'd be
When
dope.
Retro,
I like
when
it.
Retro mentioned it, in the text message that we had, I thought about it like prior to that, but I was like, nah, that wouldn't go like that. But then the way things was going, I said the only way that she could get back at him is if she do this. Even though I feel as though that's not really getting back at her because
this was dumb.
off
This
like he
was
don't
just
care.
dumb, poorly executed. Poorly executed because why not take out Kanan? Like at this point,
It's too
Kanan is
easy,
your.
bro.
I know it's too
It'll be
easy,
too
but
easy.
But it's your
He
op.
don't feel nothing. When
Especially
you
when
go,
you sat here the
Feels
whole
nothing.
time running up and down the street looking for Snap and Pop, going after. It just did not make sense that she would let Kanan live for this. This is
And
does not
then
make sense.
going back to our text messages, like if Rock was a good standing citizen, just a normal woman, she would have never been an option. Kanan kills her daddy, she kills Kanan regardless, and then she go have that conversation with Rock.
Yes,
Hey, I just knocked your son off.
yes,
But
and why?
But Rock done played
Or
her
even
part
if she
in ignoring
attempted,
you.
even if she attempted and he survived, that would have been good enough for me.
I wanted
That would have
that.
been good enough for me.
I wanted that.
That's what, from the point of view that we see it from even in this clip right here, we literally here she go with the 5. Here she go with the 5. Even in this clip right here, I really dead thought that she was gonna take a shot, and even if she hit or missed, it would have given Rock like, oh shit, I've been focusing so much on the business, I forgot to even check up on my own niece. Because
Exactly.
I literally saw that, okay, I remembered from Lou's funeral when she peeked out and she saw Rock and Kanan chatting it up. And then I'm like, okay, cool. Now that your father, her other brothers died, here you go peeping out and you see them together again. Her mindset was just like, okay, something must be going on.
It was the hug
And
that did
then
it.
it was the hug that gave it away, where it's like,
It was the
okay, you
hug.
know what? You didn't come and check up on me.
Kanan,
You
you
didn't
love
come
me?
and
Kanan, you love me? I don't want you to die.
Man,
Yeah, wait.
that light bulb went off for me.
Yeah.
I knew
Yep,
Rock
that was
was
that hug.
gone.
It was that hug.
Now
I
we
knew
need
she
Jack
was
to sit there
gone.
and say it in the. We need Jack to say it in the voice.
Jack,
Yeah,
what'd he
I love my
say?
mother. I love
What?
my mother.
My mother.
What you say, Kanan?
All that shit. You can't fix all that shit. It's too late for that now. You my mother. I don't want nothing to happen to you.
Oh, what did that happen to
I
you?
just thought you killed Fame and you killed unknown person. You unalive unknown
Unknown
person.
person.
So we can't say they never said her name in
They
this
never
whole
said her name
season.
again.
They never
This
said that
unknown
again.
person, this unknown person here. I don't want to see nothing happen to you. Pino, Stefano. I'm sorry about Uncle Marvin. I miss my Uncle Marv, yo. I'm sorry for that. I can't do nothing with that right now. Right now, I'm just focused on you. If we're really gonna work this out, you will go talk to Stefano. That's what you would do for me.
So as a
Another
person
thing-
that lives
legendary
by
man. You're a
the
legendary man, Jack.
Another
real.
thing, do y'all think that Juke is assuming that Rock knows that
Yeah.
Kanan killed Marvin and still sitting there hugging him and it's cool with it?
Yeah.
So like, okay, yeah.
that's
That
probably
maybe
what
gives
she
her more
thinking.
motivation too.
Because you got to think about it, she grieving,
Mhm.
and when you grieving, your emotions are all over the place or whatever.
Yeah.
So ain't no telling what's going through her head right now. So that's reasonable to think that she probably thinking that, like, because going back to what Swerve said about her at Lou's funeral, she was watching a conversation at that funeral, but that body language was different at Lou's funeral than what it is right now. Y'all hugging it up.
And the last time we saw Juke and Kanan together was her pulling her pops off of whipping his ass. And then now you buddy with the same woman that you said you ain't give a shit about, and whether somebody kill her or not.
And then unalive your brother. Which does come to your point, like, well, were they in on the whole thing? Because now he already didn't put down Uncle Lou, now he didn't put down, my dad.
she got her problems
Or
with
y'all
her
actually
too.
own the same thing. Y'all trying on the same shit.
Just like Retro said, once you're grieving, anything can go through your mind and you're not thinking straight.
I hate that Rock had to pay for his poor choices.
Bruh.
I just
He
hate
had
for
to
Rock
pay,
to have to pay for
he
his
had to
poor
pay,
choices.
but not for his choices.
Exactly. She did, because Kanan made that choice to get rid of Marvin. Rock didn't have anything to do with that. And she ended up paying the price for it. I mean, I get the whole parent for parent thing, but I mean, put Kanan
But
down.
if her
Kanan
hands
is
were
the one
clean,
who-
bro, I'm telling you, she's never an option for Juke. Juke ain't taking out no citizens, bro.
Nah.
She not, bro. Everybody Juke hit was in the game.
Well, she's tough like that, but she's not gonna definitely go that route and kill nobody on set.
Well, I think at the end of the day, she probably also felt like, just like y'all are saying, that Aunt Rock don't give a shit about me either.
Facts.
She ain't came and checked on me.
She don't care.
Ain't said nothing. She don't care.
Yeah, and she told her when the last time they met at the diner, like, just because you didn't see me don't mean I ain't see you.
See you. Yeah. So I mean, this is her impression of Rock. So she's
that
got
kind
a
of
negative
foreshadowed
impression.
too.
Yeah, that was a little foreshadowing. Yep.
And
that was a negative impression that she had with Rock that Rock never undid. Rock never fixed that. Rock never went back and fixed that between her and Juke. So she let Juke walk around here with her own issues with her. Like, Rock, you always check on Kanan. You always ask me about Kanan, but you never check on me.
And they used to be tight. They was tight.
You're right, Bobby. That was foreshadowing.
Yep.
This ninja right here got some nerve.
I'm just trying. Maybe y'all can.
I wish Marvin would have got up out of that casket and choked the hell out of him.
I told you see me in your nightmares.
This scene right here didn't make any sense to me, because it's like, okay, I get it. Kanan's going to see Marvin. He knows he took him out, but that was it. Like, if they would have showed like Kanan saying something to Marvin's body,
apologizing
or something,
apologizing,
like, it would have made sense. But just going to see, like, oh, I see Marvin's body in the casket, and I guess, like, we just see him now. He's feeling regret. Like, this was a scene, like, if y'all was going to stretch out a scene, like how y'all did with Pino and Rock, and
this
the scene with Pino and Stefano, y'all could have stretched this scene out. This
they left so much
scenes to stretch out.
Yeah, they left so much room to the point where it's like, yo, all these important scenes that we're talking about now could have taken up more time than this BS scenes that we've seen throughout this whole
This
episode.
wouldn't have even taken up any more time. Him standing there looking at Marvin and saying nothing versus him standing there looking at Marvin and saying something
Something.
the same amount of time. It would have been the same amount of time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It would have just been more powerful.
But that's what I'm saying. Like the powerful
Just
of the
been more
message
powerful.
with it would have meant something a little bit more than just looking at him, because we already could tell just by him looking at him.
So
It's
you're
eating
right,
you
Mr.
alive.
TV series. You're right. Rock did go to Marvin's house to check on Juke, but I think that was too late at that
It
point.
wasn't for Juke. It was for herself.
No, I
Yeah.
think it was for Juke. I think she was going to tell Juke that she was leaving because it was after she had done that work, or right before she was getting ready to go do that work. She went over there and banged on the door. And what I would have liked to have seen there in that scene was, I'll wait till we get to that scene.
Did she go and bang on the door, or we
She
just saw her
did.
just
She-
by the door?
Nah,
By
she
the,
banged-
by
She
the house.
banged
on
on
the
the
door.
door. She
She went
banged on
knocked
the
on the door.
door.
She
Oh,
knocked
But
on
I
the door.
thought it was more personal than actually trying to check on Juke. Can I respond to Cubs' last statement she made
Nah,
when
go
she
ahead.
said if Juke was really bad, she would have went at Kanan.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
mean, the thing that's just not for me. For me, this is what I think. It's just my opinion. It don't make it gospel. For me, that's just not the laws of war. Like, what does she get out of taking out Kanan right then and there? Like, it will hurt. She's trying to hurt Kanan in the worst way possible. And the only way to do that is to not send him to the afterlife, is to actually take away the only thing that he has that he loves, which is his mom. It's the same thing when with Pino and Stefano. Stefano, like, okay, why take out Rock when I can gain more power and take out Pino? You know, it's just the laws of war for me right there. And I think they just playing on that, just how war works. Me personally, that's just my opinion.
That was a good one, Bobby. I like that.
real good.
I like that. Let me go back to because I want to respond to Xavier's comment when he was like, "What is he going to say? Sorry." He should have said something. Why is he here?
Yeah.
Why is he here? Because the continence on his face, the cadence on his face, implies that he is in regret. So just hearing him say something here, I mean, we know that Kane is the biggest liar in the world, but right now we see that he's processing. What was the point of him going there if he's not living in the moment of regret? It would have just been nice if they would have let us hear him say that. Not that it would have changed the fact of how we feel about Kanan, because I mean, you did it to yourself. I mean, you did this, so now you're sorry for it. But it just didn't make sense. Why would they have the character that unalived him go there? If he would have went there on some, I told you I was gonna put you in the ground. If he would have went there on some talking cash shit type shit, I would have understood this scene better. But he went there with remorse, but didn't share that remorse. So
You know what he should have said?
it was a
It
missed
should have been
opportunity.
like badass. Look at you now, gangster.
Oh, man.
Yeah, something like that. Just something to explain why he's here.
That'll
If
blow
I
my
could
TV.
say, if I could say something, I can honestly say, from Kanan appearing in both funerals, the killings were not necessarily personal. Like, I didn't think he really had anything like how we used to think, or how some people thought him killing Marvin was basically somewhat a revenge of him getting that ass whooping.
I don't think that's what it was for, though.
Exactly. We don't think that that's what it's for. And why would he come here if, like, he's not going to go there on some rah-rah and be like, oh, okay, and say nothing crazy. He's just reliving or he's just actually living all of the hurt. Like, like Marvin said, you are going to feel this. And this is where it's like, yo, you're feeling it, bro.
And we needed to see that.
Exactly.
Okay, so you're right about that, Xavier. I agree with you on that. He went to Lou's funeral to keep up appearances. He did not feel bad about that, but I think in this case, he does feel bad about it. And it's Marvin haunting him like Marvin said he was. So, and I wish they would have just shown that. Even if when he got ready to turn around and walk out, Marvin would have been standing there. And and just seeing the shock on Kanan's face, like I'm hallucinating or whatever, that would have just been perfect. Even if they didn't have Marvin's character say anything, they brought the actor back for the post-credit scene, so you could have used him here in this scene as well. You could have used him
looking like somebody out
scene.
of Jackson 5.
Exactly.
Right. Even in my thought, whereas I'm like, you accidentally killed Lou. You purposely killed Marv.
Purposely.
Like, some of this stuff, it just don't make no sense. But I'm
He's
just glad
cynical.
that
Very simple.
Yeah.
Dichotomy.
Yo. Yeah. Very much.
This is a turn for. This is not what I expected. This is not exactly what I expected because in all throughout the season, I had got the impression that Breeze was getting tired of Stefano, that Breeze was getting irritated with Stefano and his little task rabbits, like go do this, go do that, go do this, go do that. The fact that Breeze is sitting here continuing to do his dirty work, it surprises me. I mean, I get it that he's the mafioso that's in charge right now, whatever the case may be, but he don't have to be. Like, y'all could eliminate Stefano and keep on working because you
He
get
had
your
more.
work from the Colombian right now. And you don't need Stefano for anything. Ain't like you need him for protection.
He had more opportunities to be right in front of him to actually do it. He's been
Exactly.
around
This
Stefano so
dynamic
many
with
times.
Stefano and Breeze just doesn't hit for me.
Yeah, no.
I think we all hate it.
Yeah, it's just whatever.
And this is what keep bringing our ratings down.
5.
Five.
Where the 5 at? 5.
She gonna pop up with the 5 again.
4.
I'm still at a 6.75.
Nah.
I'm at a 6. Solid 6.
I'm still at a 7.
They are selling in Stefano's territory, but again, going back to the meeting that they had at the hospital, Stefano told them that he was not supplying any work, he wasn't supplying any transportation, he wasn't supplying any muscle. All he wanted was his taste. So for him to be behind the scenes, he's not behind the scenes. He's on the forefront, and it just does not make sense. And it doesn't make sense for a character like Breeze, who's wanted to push everyone else out of the way, and him telling Kanan back at the beginning of the season that we got to get these old heads out of the way. It's our time now. That he would be sitting here entertaining Stefano's foolishness. That he would be trying to figure out on his own how to get Stefano out of the way as well. So now it's just him and Kanan.
It's like Frank White said, if anybody's selling a nickel bag in the park, I'm on in. It's the same concept. I don't care who it is. I don't care where you at. If or not necessarily where you at, but I don't care who it is. I don't care what you're selling. If you in this area, I want you have to come and see me in order for that to happen. If not,
Give me
shutting it
peace.
down.
This
We have
is
not
another plot
shutting it down.
device. Just another plot device for Rock to step in, for him to say hi,
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
and
Sure.
for him to taunt Rock because when Stefano said, "If you don't do this work, you won't make it to your car," and for Breeze, for her to turn around and Breeze with the little sinister look on his face. That's all it was.
Breeze was trigger happy.
Yep.
His little Raekwon looking ass.
Rock still talking shit on her last day. She's still talking shit. She was like,
and she's still gonna do it to the day that she go.
Which
That's
I
that flaw.
think was
That's that
Kanan.
flaw. I don't like it.
Yep.
I don't like it.
So again, all he does is tell her that I need you to put this work in. As soon as you put this work in, I need you to leave New York. And if you're here for a day longer, you will be unalive. And
He gave her 24 hours.
And she turns around and look at Breeze sitting there looking goofy as hell. I can't take Miles Morales serious.
That's the real creep.
I can't take him serious.
I think his hard on for Rock is more than Stefano or Pino.
Yeah. Well, you remember he said it in her their first meeting. He's like, damn, when they tell me his mom was fine as hell or whatever. So yeah, I think he got some kind of little sick obsession with Rock too. Well,
I think so too.
He's impressed with her. He's really impressed with her because
I was going to say she's legendary.
Because remember he said in the conversation, like, if you was another dude, I would know how to read you, but I can't read you because you're a female.
Exactly.
And so the fact that she's a female out here hustling, that's something that's intriguing to him. So he kind of like Rock.
She's like the Southside Griselda.
She is like the Southside Jamaica Queens Griselda.
Yeah, Griselda. Yeah.
Another 5,
foreshadowing
4.
It was
But I think they foreshadowing right here though. Let her know her whole, and it's an open plot right there that ain't for her, but they were foreshadowing.
I thought it was for Marvin.
It is, but it just happens to be an open plot right there.
No, it had Marvin's name on it.
Right, true.
Yeah,
it's for Marvin, but it's just funny. On her last days, she's sitting there at the graveyard, looking at a hole that bodies go in. She finna.
So it's been a year since Miss Joyce passed, because on her marker it say 92, and then on Lou's it say 93. So a year has passed between the two seasons. Without them telling us what's going on here. What do you think was going through Rock's mind right here, other than the fact that damn, my whole family's gone, I'm the last one left?
I think her regrets. Yeah. What she could have done better. How
the
she
fact
could
that
have
she
avoided.
doesn't speak on this the entire episode throws me. It's just I can't get over.
I think she's just making her last stops.
Yeah, she making
And
her
not
rounds.
not that she thinks she finna die, but she knows she got to leave New York. And not to get ahead of the
That's-
scenes, but she keeps
So
making
she's saying
stops.
her goodbyes.
Yeah,
That was
That's what I
kind of
thought
like
it was.
the same thing with OG Power when Tasha went to the place, and then next you know, Tariq sent her off with Witsack. Like they went to the gravesite to go and see, you know, his sister for the last time before she's gone.
yeah.
I get it, but just too much to interpretation. Too much.
Yeah.
level
Well,
of
she didn't
interpretation.
realize how eerie it actually was, though.
It was very eerie. The fact that Rock has not mentioned at all in this episode about her brother being gone, other than when she told Kanan that you took both of my brothers. That's it. That's all we get. Like we
Oh,
saw her have more emotion when she broke
mentioned
down
them.
cleaning the blood
And
off of the walls
was
at her house.
Marvin was the most ride or die for her than any of
That
the
should have
brothers.
hit her the hardest.
She
That should have
mentioned
hit.
them, though.
Then
That should've-
Lou, like if Marvin was he said it. I'm the big brother. I'm supposed to protect you, and that's
Mhm.
exactly what he did. Lulu was out.
Yep.
She was
Lulu
always
was in-
sunning Lou.
Out.
the
Lulu
point
was
where
in
even-
this bottle. Lulu was in this bottle, and that Bulletproof
Yes.
Records. That's where Lulu was.
Yes.
Marvin was her rival.
Marvin hasn't budged.
She was always sunning Lou, where it was like, yo,
Yep.
I own you, nigga. But the only really problem that she had with Marv was like, yo, I always had to clean up after shit because you're not paying attention. You're not stuck in this. Like, but in all reality, Marvin was the real big brother. All he wanted
Marvin
was
had to clean
that
up behind her
respect.
too, though.
All
And
he
she
wanted was
shit
that
on him.
respect.
But she shit on him early in the
She shit
episode
on-
talking to Flossie.
Yep.
And
She
while
did shit
he in
on
the
him.
grave.
That's a good point, Xavier.
Like,
She
she
seen them
cold.
as
That's the
possessions.
cold part to me.
She seen them as possessions. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point. Well, Rock was going. This is where she go bang on the door.
Oh, okay, yeah. I totally
This is
forgot
where she
about
bang
this
on the
one.
door.
This-
But what I would have liked to have saw here that Juke was actually there, just didn't answer the door.
I would have thought she would have been there too,
I would have thought she would have been there and just didn't answer the door.
or
And
she would have been like in the car behind her or something like that.
if they would have showed Juke on the other side of the door, at the door, but just not answered it, that would have been very foreshadowing and telling too.
Mhm.
Whatever. But I wonder what she went here for. I guess we're to assume that she's finally going over here to check on Juke. Or
No.
like I said, she could have been going over to tell her bye. I'm leaving.
Did your brother leave any money? That's what she was going to say.
I'm going to get out of town. I think she
Yeah, my
went over
brother
there
ain't
to
got
tell
any
Juke.
money. He told
Or
me to
she
get
could have
excited.
possibly went over there and asked Juke to come with her. I don't know. We don't know. We don't know what she went over there for, but
That would have been dope too if she
Yeah.
would have just been like, "Listen, we all we got.
yep, let's
Come
go.
on, your cousin already has his foot stapled in the grounds in Queens. Yeah, come on with me." After all this time of not talking with her, that could have been at least the little bit that she could have done for Juke.
Yeah. Just check on the girl. Check
Mm-hmm.
on this girl. Like, she just lost her daddy, and she out here all by herself. Like, at least you and Kanan got each other still. She got nothing, and you hadn't went over here and even checked on her. It just
I think
weird.
Bobby said it earlier. I think he was like, "Yo, you checked on her a little too late."
Yeah. And I don't know if Rock knows that she unalived Snap and Pops, because again, they did not show us the rest of that conversation. When she went over there to tell Rock that she know that she didn't, we're left to assume that she probably told them, I dealt with Bonnie and Clyde. It was Bonnie and Clyde and I took care of them. But Rock didn't care. Well, you would think that she wouldn't have went to Snap and Pop for no help either. So the fact that she didn't even try to go ask Snap and Pop for no help, she wouldn't have went.
Yeah, she wouldn't.
Her
No
pride
way.
wouldn't. Yeah, her
I don't think
pride
she would have
wouldn't.
went. That would have been going down too low.
Yeah.
They would have turned her over to Kanan.
Yep.
I thought, but we had already gotten this in an earlier season where she had got a drive-by when she was in a car. When she was in the car right here, I was a little worried for her right here when she was riding around looking at her old house. I was like, damn, Breeze finna walk up on her right now and put her down. Anyway, that's what I thought was gonna happen. I thought that even though Stefano had gave her the pass and put the work in, whatever, that Breeze, after she left Breeze, he would have told Breeze, yeah, after she take out Pino, take care of her. So when she pulled up to the house right here and she rolled down that window, I just knew that somebody was gonna come on the passenger side and bang.
I just felt like she was going back to the
Yeah, she was
neighborhood
going down
one more
memory
time.
lane. She was definitely
Yeah.
going down memory lane. She was going down memory lane, saying goodbye and all that. But I was like, this would have been the perfect opportunity to take her out. Even if they didn't even show us who took her out, that would have been dope too. But I just, for some reason, I just felt like, oh, Breeze is getting ready to run up on her right here. Never in my wildest dreams did I think it was going to be Juke.
Even now, when Juke won their home, we seen them hugging. You never thought about
I
Juke
guess in my
taking her out?
mind, I'm telling myself, because remember, I said it in the chat that night. That the way that this is going, Juke is getting ready to take Rock out. So I knew that it was going to happen, but I'm still trying to find a way for it to happen my way.
Gotcha.
I'm still trying to make it happen the way I want it to actually happen versus how it happened. But yeah, all the signs were there. You're right.
You called it what? Episode 7, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did.
The hug at the shopping center gave it away. So I knew that it was going to happen. I just kept telling myself, nah, they ain't going to make Juke go out like this. They're not going to let Juke go out like this. There's no way they're going to have Juke allow Rock. It's just, no. Even though the writing set it up for us, it was plain as day in the writing, but still, I just didn't want to let it. I didn't want to let it be.
That ungrateful
I
slut.
go hard for my girl Rock now. Y'all know I don't want to let it be.
You should have took that chain back that he gave you. You ungrateful slut. How dare you? How dare you?
It would have been nice if she would have went away and met up with Symphony. That would have been dope.
Yeah, man, I ain't like that. I ain't like how she really did Symphony either. That was another gripe.
Yeah, she didn't do him
Had a
right
good
because
man.
I
Shit
feel
on
like
him.
out of all the dudes that they showed her, and they didn't show her with a lot, but I feel like that was the one true one that was for her.
Yeah.
Even though I like the little situation
like-
that her and Unique had
I
on,
was gonna say,
I
I
like
feel
the
like
little
her
situation
Unique
her
was
and
the
Unique.
best
Yeah, her and Unique had a little good thing, but I feel like
because Unique understood her.
Symphony made her actually be a woman though. You
Right.
know,
I
because
think-
even with Unique, she still tried to be a man around Unique. Like she didn't allow herself to be a woman with
I
Unique.
think Symphony was best for her, but I think Unique understood her best.
Symphony
Yeah.
was, but I think it was just that Rock knew Symphony wasn't in the game. So he
Mhm.
didn't understand it, and she didn't want
Exactly.
to risk something happening to him.
And she wasn't gonna live a
Unique
double life.
understood it.
And she
Mhm.
wasn't gonna live a double life.
She sure had
Yeah.
a hell of a way of saying that then, CJ, because they last
mean, I
conversation, she pretty much called him a bitch.
Oh yeah, when he
I think
came to the
those are
hospital
defense,
to
though.
check on Lou, when he came
Mhm.
to the hospital, she pretty much told him kick rocks. Yeah, she did talk
Yeah.
to him bad.
I think
then.
that, I think that was her
She did it.
defense. I think that was her
That's why
defense.
she did it, because she
Mhm.
she got to show this hard exterior, and she didn't want
Right.
him to see her be a human. And like, that was probably her best way. Like, yo, this is the easiest way I can get rid of him without being like a human and say like, oh, yo, this not gonna work because of X, Y, and Z. So let me just piss him off, and then I can just get rid of him altogether, and
And
I
make
can
sure he gone. I
contain
get
my
it.
feelings and don't have to worry about him getting hurt.
Get him up out of here.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Right.
I could see that.
Breeze is big up in Kanan, like, yo, that was dope. You know, you took care of your mom, you know, I respect that or whatever. So again, you know, I think it's only because, you know, he kind of liked Rock and he kind of liked the fact that Kanan handled that. Kanan showed his chess moves here. Kanan showed some chess moves here, and he did all that for nothing. That's crazy. That's crazy to think that he did all of that for nothing.
I would have did the same for my people too.
I would have did the same thing for my people. Breeze
Yeah.
does value family. Not only does he value family, but he looks at Kanan as family.
Mhm.
And this whole situation, I know Sasha Penn just recently did an interview that said that Breeze is actually DEF CON's son. I'm sorry. Until y'all write it into the story, it just seems like a scam to me. and for you not to introduce us to his mom, for you not to give us the confirmation, the backstory to that was just another throwaway
Yeah,
line for
because we
me.
got nothing. Yeah, we
We
got
have
nothing.
Or
nothing.
put them in
Right.
origins.
Or put them in origins that
Mm-hmm.
why even spend time learning anything about the character's backstory? If
Right.
you're only going to get rid of the character and this character, and then you don't unalive him in this season right here, so what is he just unalive off camera?
Yeah, that's
That'll
what I
be a
said.
big
He's gonna
Pretty
be
fumble.
live
much.
off camera.
That's a big fumble right here
That's a
because
big
that was such
fumble.
an important moment in OG Power when Kanan. That was the whole reason why Kanan unalived the old lady, and then he went and took the picture off of the wall and saw the bullet hole there and said, "I'm going to give Ghost a history lesson." For us not to see that moment actually happen like that, that's robbing us.
Yeah.
That's
Unless, like you
crazy.
said, unless we get a flashback, that's the only thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they're not really too good with showing us like flashbacks, as we clearly see.
And you would still have to cast the character of the actor for the flashback.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
Yep.
even if they gave it to us in a flashback, it's the same thing as giving
Maybe
it to
we
us
get
in
that
real
on the
time.
very first episode, and then we see they ride.
That's so
I
dissatisfying.
feel like we have a lot of high expectations for that first episode. We just better hope and pray that it actually lives up to the expectation.
It gonna have to, because I don't know how it's gonna hold us if it don't.
Yeah.
But I mean, CJ might be right because Sasha Penn has said all over the internet that Origins is not as going to be as dark as Raising Kanan.
Yep.
That it's going to be a little bit more carefree. So it's going to be like the adventures of Tommy and Ghost, or whatever.
Mhm.
So it's not going to be a lot of dark backstory in there. So I guess if you're going to do that, you should have had that post credit scene of Tommy and Ghost doing that here.
Yeah, because we don't even see Juke in season 1, so we probably ain't gonna see Juke till season 2.
But I think that's because she working on another
Well,
show.
yeah,
She
but
on another
at some
show.
point we got to see her because Ghost and Tommy know her.
Yeah. Unless that's something that's handled in a one-off. Maybe they're going to recast her. I don't know. Maybe they're going to recast the older version of Juke.
Right. And they know how dangerous she is, so they must have known something about her or met her somehow, somewhere.
Unless Kanan was just like,
Rock
she
bag
killed
should
my
have been
mom.
packed right here. Rock. She went home and changed her clothes. Her bag should have been packed. Fuck them bags. She should have grabbed her money, and that's
Right.
that. And she could have got some clothes on her way to wherever she was going. She ain't
Yep.
need to be up there packing up Louis bags.
Everything
and
should
shit.
have been in her ride already.
Man, she ain't need to take nothing but that duffel bag with that money in it. And that was it.
And this
This right
motherfucker
here
make
was
sure the shrimps are
unrealistic.
peeled.
Right here, this was just a plot device just to be able to unalive Pino. This makes no sense whatsoever. It's mafioso up here in this hotel, thinking that he's getting ready to get some black coochie, and thinking that no security at the hotel, no security outside the room, none of that.
But he didn't
Yeah.
think he was getting something. He thought it was he was ordering
Shrimp.
yeah, he was ordering the
No,
food.
no.
He said,
Because
"I was
when she
surprised to
knocked
get
on
your
the
call."
door,
Yeah,
yep, when she knocked on the door, he said, "I was surprised to get your call."
I was surprised to get your call.
He knew in his head that he was about to get ready to get some of that
Oh,
yeah.
melanin greatness.
That's
That
why he
goes
ordered the
back to what
shrimp.
I was saying, Dexter. Why security went out the door to pat her down before she came in? Now, what I would like to have seen her do is some femme fatality, fatal move where she pull a knife out of her boot or something like that, like a Monet. She should have did a
Oh,
Monet. Right. This was just too convenient. Convenient unaliving right here.
Yeah, it was too easy for
Too
there to be
easy.
such a huge mob boss. That was too easy.
Right.
And I also wanted to see a backstory as to why Stefano wanted Pino knocked off.
He was his competition. He sunned him. He sunned him.
Yeah, he was.
But I
signing
mean,
way
but
too much.
before then, we've never even heard of Pino. The only person that we saw Stefano beef with was
a
named
Russo and
Russo
Vaselli.
and Vaselli, and they
Yeah.
was New Jersey. So he comes in here now this season. It's like, yo, it should have been at least a little bit more of a backstory. Like I thought they would have showed Stefano saying why he wanted Pino knocked off. Because just to like, okay, yeah, go knock off Pino. But it's still like at the end of the day, like even though Rock did it, they're gonna think like this is the mob we're talking about. So at some point they're gonna be like, hey yo, Rock didn't do this on her own. So
That's what I don't understand Fresh is how they like the way that they write the mafia in Power Universe, even going back to when Tommy knocked off of my boss. The way that they write the mafia in Power just don't make any sense to me. I was like, this is not
They're
realistic.
background characters. They're just background characters.
Yeah, because
Because
it's
with
not
Mob, you
realistic
got
at
to get
all.
permission from the other bosses to do
Yes,
anything like that.
yes,
Hmm.
yes. You can't just do that on your own.
But
Then
that's
go
why
ahead
he's
and kill
using
them.
Rock to do that, though. Same thing with Marvin, because he told Marvin that he a made man, so I can't really go at him anyway. So he outsourcing the work.
That's true, but at a certain point, it's going to start to all come. It's going to come
Yes.
full circle where they're going to be like, okay, wait a minute. Marvin took out this person. Rock was
Mm-hmm.
working with this
The
person. This
middleman.
person gone. This person gone. Like, okay, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's going to come back to haunt him. Like, hey, yo, like,
It
okay,
should. That's how they should have
Stefano
wrote it.
is taking out
If
all these
not,
people.
don't put the mob in there. Don't even put the mob in there. Y'all could have did somebody else who ran
Well,
XYZ.
maybe
Not
this
realistic.
explains Stefano's unaliving in origin. Maybe that's how we
Yeah, that's what I
lose
think.
the character.
Especially with a specific hierarchy. Like it's like if he was supposedly higher than Stefano, how is it so easy to access him like that? Like don't
It
put
shouldn't
them.
be.
It
The
should never
power
be
of the
that easy.
PUSSY.
Yep.
Probably
Yep.
ego too.
Well, it was an
Finally
ego
got the
because
girl.
he thought that he was finally
Finally
getting
got
ready
the
to get
girl.
something that Stefano wasn't able to get.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that was.
But he was already bigger than Stefano. That's why I don't understand. That's why I don't understand.
Well, he had a
And back
bigger
to
burrow. He had a
and
bigger
back to
burrow.
fresh
So
and back to fresh point. Like we didn't see anything that would just say that nah, these two people just don't get along. It's like Stefano don't get along with no mob bosses.
I mean, the only thing
no,
I could really think of, I'm sorry, Richard. The
no, go
only
ahead,
thing
bro.
I could really think of is the fact that I guess when they first had their meeting and he was like, listen, you mess with my tenants, I'm going to have to deal with you. You just don't mess with my tenants. That's probably the only interaction I could probably think of that Stefano would want to get back at Pino, where it's like, okay, now you're coming to me saying that I got the green light for something that you could have gave me green light a long time ago.
And the fact that he worked with Rock to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The fact
And
that he worked with
Stefano
Rock to
thought,
begin with.
yep. And Stefano, you're right. You're right. Because Stefano thought it was disrespectful for anybody that worked with him to go work with somebody else.
Exactly.
He just don't like nobody telling him what to do.
That's where the problem came in at. Like first of all, I already wanted a cracker. And
Yep.
then she worked for me, and now she left me disrespectfully. And then that makes sense. And then went to go work for you.
That's what it is.
Mhm.
That's exactly what it
That's
is.
the only thing I can really think of.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Other than that, it's like, yo, now it's like just childhood BS where it's like, oh, you get the girl, you always get the girl. Bro, you got power. You're more of a hierarchy than he is. So it's like, are you really gonna risk all of that for some poons? Nah, come on, man. You messed up and now you got caught lacking.
This man sitting up
That's what I'll
in
say
here with
for
pajamas
Redo.
on, thinking he's getting ready to get some. Go
The
to
old
bed.
school pajamas too. The old school PJs.
Go to sleep. Go to bed.
He wasn't getting no ass to that
Permanent.
uniform he had on.
And Pino is gone.
He got put to
Love
bed
Rock.
Rock,
permanently.
Rock always follow her formula, and I love that about the character.
One to the
Mhm.
head, two
Always
to the
put
chest.
2 to the chest, 1 to the
On their
head.
head.
Always do 2 to the chest, 1 to the head. Rock, don't never deviate from how she put somebody down. I love it. Love
I wish
it.
that'd have been Stefano though.
Yeah,
It should've been
exactly.
Yeah, it should've been Stefano.
And if I may for a second, Pino could have authorized that. If he really wanted to, he could have been gotten rid of Stefano. But
He could have flipped
I-
her. He could have flipped her right there.
He
But
could
see,
have.
I think he didn't do that because then he can't son him no more. Like he can't bully him for taking the girl of his dreams. It was easier for him to just bully him and just go ahead and taking him out. In his head, he probably thought I could take him out anytime I want to. I'm this big mob boss or whatever. I'm way bigger than him, and that's why he kept sunning him whenever he felt like it.
This is where the ideology comes with, like, you're thinking with the wrong head, because it's like you already got it working for you. You already
Yeah.
won over Stefano. Don't
Yeah.
use this head over this one, because now guess what? 1 to the head, 2 to the chest. Now you're done. Buy the same one you wanted to crack.
I can't talk about this thing right here.
A little too.
It's
I can't do
I
it.
got you.
It look ominous already.
I can't do it. I'm
He
sorry, I
jumped on
can't do it.
screen.
just the contrast alone in this. Oh
Yeah.
man.
Can't do it.
I got
No, hey, it's no leaves on the trees. It's gloomy.
Yo,
How
this
is
scene
it
makes us
bushes
start.
stuff? There's no leaves on the tree.
This capture makes us start thinking about stuff that we never even thought about before.
Can't do it.
Yo, it's
Oh,
bad.
Retro
Rock
about
here, rock out.
to Retro about to end the show right now.
right.
I can't do it.
So back here at Rock's house, we see Rock packing up clothes, which
Mom, what you doing? What you packing up?
should have been packed up.
Yes.
Man, leave all them
Man,
rags
Rock didn't
there.
need
What
nothing
the
but some
fuck are you
gas in
taking
the
dresses
car.
and shit for you? What the hell?
She
I
needed her
to
boots.
be honest,
needed her
I didn't
black.
even understand
Shoes,
pack up.
everything.
Like you got enough money where you didn't even need to pack up.
Yeah,
You just need gas in the car.
that's all you needed. Gas in the
That's
car.
it.
You saw what Unique them did. Unique left with the clothes on their back.
He
She
said, "No
Come with the
one black."
5.
I'm finna put
Nigga,
you
fine.
five.
She go with the 5.
Not gonna lie, I just knew Juke was lurking somewhere in that house too. With
I
her
didn't.
not being at home, I just knew. Oh yeah,
I
Juke in
didn't.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my
So-
old lady was watching. I said, "Yeah, Juke in that house." So she
So
popped out like
Rock
dun dun
packing up,
dun.
and as she's packing up, Juke comes in. Juke got the strap. That
Dun dun dun.
and I felt like that's why we got that whole scene where she's in Cafe Vu and she looks at the strap because that's another strap that Marvin
That's when she
left
got the
behind.
idea.
Yeah, Marvin left behind before. Remember, he gave her another one the one that she used to take off snaps and pops. They never saw her get rid of it, but now she has another one. And immediately Rock knows, like, yo, what's going on? Like, yo, why you got the strap?
She kind of already knew what time it was.
Like, yo. And Juke literally tells her it's not because of you, it's because of Kanan. And she was like, yo, like, I need to understand. She was like, I would tell you, but you still wouldn't understand.
Mm-hmm.
Issue I had with this thing right here is we're on season 5, all of the years. It should have been a little bit more dialogue between Juke and Rock. Like, and Bobby, I know what you're gonna say. I get it, but it still should have been a little bit more a dialogue between them two, given
Just tell me
their
that.
relationship throughout the years. Like, it should have just been a little bit more. They could have touched on maybe it didn't even have to be a long conversation. Like, they didn't have to stretch out the scene, but it could have been a little bit more where Juke even gives just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she could have even told him, like, yo, I know Kanan took out Marvin. And then it would have just been like, still, it would have been like Rock probably still would have understood, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay.
I mean,
this
but
is exactly
from
like here.
from the get go, I mean, she told if I tried to explain, you wouldn't understand.
That's true. But if she had
She
But it
said,
still should have been a conversation. 5 seasons. These two were close. Yeah, Rock
And look
probably
how long
wouldn't
she
have
been
able to
ignoring her. The
change her
conversation
mind.
happened last season, bro, at the
Yeah.
diner.
Yeah, I know.
That's where it happened. It's
I
too
mean,
late
yeah,
at
that's
this
true.
point.
But
No.
I
She
still feel
told her
like
Kanan. She didn't
But
even have to
it's-
say Kanan for Marvin or Kanan for Lou or Kanan for whatever. You know
I mean,
what I'm
that's
glad
saying?
to
true.
see her
But if
go.
she
I
had
know.
still
You
said
was
it,
glad to see her go.
I think that Rock would have understood. She would have
Yeah.
understood that.
Yeah,
Did she deserve understanding?
she
He
needed
didn't
it from
deserve
Juke.
understanding.
She needed it from Juke.
Yeah.
She needed it from Juke. If it
Man,
was
she
anyone
knew-
else
she knew Kanan
putting
killed
her
Marvin.
down, if it was anyone else putting her down, I agree with you wholeheartedly. But because it's her baby girl Juke, Rock needed to understand why she's standing there with her with a gun.
Rock could have prevented all this. So I think they got past. I think they're like way too past that point. They're like
Yeah.
way past that point in conversation. You know, so like,
Mhm.
should we have got more
Marvin is
conversation
gone.
prior to? We should got more conversation prior to. But after she said Kanan, and they both understand what Kanan did, that's why I was just kind of like, all right, that's fine. But it should have been more dialogue between the two way prior to. I'm not sure why she thought she would go ahead and
Why you put this
mix
scene in
that.
here, CJ? Why you do
Oh
Why you do
man.
that?
I didn't.
And then she
That's
still
This
went
some
for a
of
gun.
Bobby's
Was gonna
shit right
shoot
here.
you.
This is some of Bobby's shit right here. Bobby, you
She
had
was
something to
gonna
do with
go for
this.
the gun and try to shoot Juke, bro. Come
I don't
on,
understand why she
man.
tried it.
I don't
She
even
drunk
understand why
up.
she
I
even
mean,
tried
what
to
you
go
gonna
for
think she
that
was
shoot
plot.
supposed to do, Bobby? What the fuck you think she was supposed to do? Stand there and let her get shot?
Like
I
close
mean,
her
she's
eyes
got a
and go out
freaky
like
on
a
her
G.
right now.
Nah, at the end of
No,
the day, she a
in her
G,
case,
so
Queen Pin, she closed her eyes, go out like a G.
Stay
she
like a
still
bitch.
did though. She still did,
Stay-
but she's still gonna try
Now you,
to.
Save
She's still
herself.
gonna try at the end of the day. She
Save herself.
like, hey, like anybody that's staring down at the barrel of a gun, you see your strap
Not too
over
much
there.
Cub Star now. She wasn't a
going for
deadbeat
Juke gun
auntie.
before I
She
go for
wasn't a
that gun way
deadbeat
over
auntie.
there.
She was
My
just
heels on though.
she wasn't a
She would have
deadbeat
been better
auntie.
trying to
My heels
unarm
on.
Juke. It just wasn't smart. Like that gun was too far to even reach for.
Yeah, like she
Like
had
she
to
should have
jet
went at
to the
Juke.
damn table.
She did.
I mean, that's true. I mean,
She
Juke is holding a
just
She had that
1911.
gat over her the whole time.
So
She even watched her get to the table to the gun and then shot her.
Man, back to the hug with Kanan, man. I knew then, bro.
So
Shit was
see
over
right
with.
here, she went out like a G. She looked right at Juke. She ain't
She
had
should have said,
no
"I love you."
please.
She
She
did.
didn't
Said, "I love
beg
you."
nothing.
She
She
should
just
have said,
looked
"I love
straight
you."
at Juke.
She said, "I love you, Juke."
Yeah, that's what it is.
She shouldn't have said nothing. How dare you, Juke? You slut. How dare
Juke
you?
looked like she
Goddamn.
You
wanted
don't
to
owe
cry,
Juke nothing. You don't owe Juke nothing.
but Juke
How
looked like she
dare
wanted to
you?
cry. She looked like she
Where
wanted
my
to cry.
chain at? No, where my chain at, ho? I
Tears, the
gave you the
tears were
chain.
forming. The tears
Where
were
my
Where my
forming.
chain
chain
at?
at,
You don't
ho?
see the tears in her eye? You don't see the
Where
tears.
my chain
I don't care about them tears. Where my chain at, ho? Give me my
she
chain back.
she did this out of regret. She didn't want to do this. She did not want to do this.
She told him she was sorry.
She said she was
She said,
sorry.
I'm sorry on Rock.
All
She
she
didn't want
wanted
to
to
do
do
it.
was just make
It
Kanan
just,
feel
but
it.
Kanan just done fucked
Yep.
up the whole world so bad. It had to be done for her to
She
get
should have
some
took that
for her
bag of
to
money with her though.
sleep
She
better.
needed that. She should have took that bag of money though. I wouldn't let that bag of money there.
I'm never gonna forget Juke for this.
I'm
And
never
those
gonna forgive
dirty,
Juke for this.
going in and those dirty braids. I'm never gonna forgive you for this.
I'm never gonna forgive Juke for this too,
How
man.
dare
I
you,
I
ho?
was riding for Juke. Even all this crazy shit she did in OG Power,
Yeah.
Raising Kanan had won me over with Juke. I
I used
understood
to
Juke.
I used to
I
like them
understood
showing
why she
them
was like how she was. I understood it up until this moment right here. And I still get it. I still get it. It was an eye for an eye. And what she says right here fully explains it. She tells Kanan that, listen, I put your mom down. And he was like, bullshit. And she's like,
That was
you'll
kind of
find out
gangster.
sooner
She
or
did
later.
that.
She's
She's
like,
like,
you'll find
yeah,
out sooner or later.
you'll find out.
You'll find out.
That was kind of gangster. She went and told him.
Yep. And he's sitting here like, I can't fucking believe this. He was like, wow, why wouldn't you go after me? And she's like, I thought about that. And while I'm twirling my villain mustache, you know what? I think that it would have hurt you more by me getting rid of your mom. You got rid of my dad. I got rid of your mom. So guess what? We can be alone together. And he's like, well, you cold out here too. You in a cold world. You out here alone too. And she was like, after what I just did to you, yeah, that'll keep me warm for a long time. And he was like, what do you say, Damon? I go after you. I could just unalive you.
Oh, I could just take you right in them. I could just take you out myself. Yeah, go
Yeah,
have it,
bring
my
it on.
boy.
And she
Go
said, go
have it,
ahead.
my boy.
I don't give a fuck.
They had
Yeah,
the downer that's off
try it, my
limits
boy.
though, on the cool.
And when she
How?
said that, I heard her when she said that. I don't give a fuck.
How I would have rewritten this if it was me is I would have rewritten it to the point where Juke doesn't tell him that. Where Juke in this diner, she does tell him she took out Snaps and Pop, of course, whatever.
Mhm.
She never mentions Rock, and Kanan just happened to goes by the house and sees
then
Rock
finds her.
laid out.
And thought
'Cause it was-
Breeze did it. And thought Breeze did it.
And it thought Breeze did it in it because it would have been more.
And that
it
would have made sense for the
it would have
setup.
made more of a drama effect, and it probably would have hurt him more than Juke telling him, and he goes past the house,
Chef's kiss.
and then it comes out later on in Origins that Juke was the one who took out Rock. That's
I would've
how
been
I
satisfied.
would have written.
I
I
would've been
wouldn't have
satisfied.
written it to where Juke tells him automatically, because everybody had been saying, and we have been saying the same thing, that there's no way Juke takes out Rock because later on in Power, Juke take cares of Kanan. Juke would have never did that because, with Kanan taking out Marvin, so she don't know. I would have written it that way to where he doesn't know that. he just happened to goes by the house, and it would have been more of a shock value because immediately, like, it would have hit him hard, like, yo, my mom's is gone. So that's how I would have written it. So this was another reason, give it a 5, because it was just like, I just felt like they shouldn't have wrote it where she told him, at least in the end of this episode, that she was the one who did it. It should have just been a mystery, and then he finds out later on the origins that Juke was the one who took out Rock.
I think
But,
Breeze
I don't
and
even
both Stefano would have both showed. Nah, that Breeze ain't do that.
Well,
Juke
to
had to
Xavier's
tell him,
comment, maybe she wanted him to know that she did it. That was the whole point. She wanted him.
And
Yeah,
she'd
for
have been
sure.
contradicting herself if she didn't. After she swore that he lied about killing Lou, you didn't even tell us.
Yeah.
So let me set your ass down right here at the bar,
So
at the
more
diner or whatever
painful.
the hell, and I'm
And
gonna
keep
tell
it
you.
100 with him.
Yeah, that was
It's
just
more
that
about her
actually
being
did
more
make it
gangster
more.
than
That's
him.
twisting the knife right there. That's actually
Yeah,
twisting the knife.
absolutely. That's exactly what it is.
That's
It's
twisting the
part
knife.
of her revenge tour.
Yep. That's twisting the knife. I
But
like
the way
CJ.
CJ said he would have wrote it, I wouldn't have been mad at that.
Yeah, if they would have wrote it
I
that
would
way.
not have been mad at that at all. But I
That
think
would
I
have been
understand why
beautiful
they did it.
too.
Yeah, because then he would have thought that Stefano played him, and that would have been a good way to get rid of Stefano.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been mad at
Right.
that.
And that would have been his villain story to take out Stefano.
Well, it would have also created the same dynamic that Snap and Pop created with him, where they would always manipulate him. Poor Kanan don't know what to believe, and she kind of did that even in the end.
She
because
did.
even in the
She
end,
manipulated
told
him.
him-
Yep.
She told him, "Oh, she begged me to do you instead." In the end, she never loved you, so she's still playing with his head.
Mhm.
Right.
Everybody stay in Kanan head. Everybody stay in Kanan head. Everybody play games with Kanan.
Too malleable.
Was I the only one that kind of felt sorry for him here, right here?
Nope.
I guess the reason why I felt sorry for him was because I felt sorry for Rock.
I think a lot of people probably felt sorry for him because of the change of the atmosphere that he's in now. Now he's kind of like trying to like come back with this remorse, and he's trying to make amends with his mom. So now he's thinking, okay, you know what? The beef between me and her is done. Maybe it's not fully healed, but we could try to work on something. And then the final time when they actually try to do that, mom's is gone.
Yeah, I'm watching these comments here, and I'm with you, Support Gaming. All of this still don't make sense for how they end up in OG Power. They're not gonna be able to write that where that makes any sense. They're not gonna be able to write that where it makes any sense.
Because it doesn't.
It doesn't.
Why?
It does
The
not
writer
make sense
didn't
that
go back and
Kanan would
watch
even
OG
call
Power.
her. Let's forget
Big
the fact that she
facts,
helped
CJ.
him. The fact that she helped him. Let's even forget that part. The fact that Kanan would actually call her and ask her for help don't make sense.
Exactly. So that's why I said clearly the writer didn't watch OG Power. Just skimmed it. Matter of fact, might have watched it and just like I said, oh yeah, you know what?
Right in my way.
Yeah, I'm gonna write it my way. They're not gonna remember. They're not gonna go
They-
back and watch.
They
it.
don't think that there's fellas like us that actually can dig deep and fact find stuff like that because we're so dedicated and we're here for the whole ride, not
But
just
that's
for the
not
looks.
even that's not even an Easter egg. That's not even something
It
that
really
you have to really
isn't.
go look for. Watch the episode.
Yeah.
I mean, the dialogue between the characters themselves. I mean, even with Candy saying, even the clips I showed y'all last night, all the clips I showed y'all last night does not make sense why Candy would call her, why she would go and help him. And we still, I guess we'll get this answer in Origins. We still don't understand why she changed her last name from Thomas to Garner, other than the fact that she didn't want to carry
I
the
wish I
family's name
figured it out.
anymore.
Yeah.
I figured she did that just so
In
she
order
could
to
do
do
the
the-
force.
Yeah, in
didn't
order to
care
get the
to
police
Do a
force.
background check.
That's the only thing I could think of.
Right.
Or either that she just didn't want to carry the family's name anymore. The bloodline is gone.
That's
you know?
true.
It's tainted.
It's tainted.
Bloodline is
yeah.
gone.
It's tainted. I don't know. Maybe they make that make sense, and then not having the character in Origins that just there's too many plot holes left open with the whole Jukebox and Kanan relationship. We do ultimately understand why he unalives her in OG Power, but the fact that they worked together, she had that man laying up in the house. She passed a girlfriend off to him and everything. Yes, she hid the pills from him, but she hid the pills from him because she was trying to force him to tell her the truth. She didn't do that on some, I can't stand you, I'm being evil. whatever. It just does not make
Then everything
sense.
turned to Ghost. It wasn't even about whatever they had going on.
Yeah, it wasn't
Everything
even
turned
about their
into
past. It
Ghost.
was all about what Ghost did to him. She was
Yeah,
trying to
it's
help
all
him
about
get
what
his
Ghost.
revenge.
When
She
they
was trying to
did
help him.
worse to each other.
She was trying to
Yeah,
help him get his
they didn't
revenge. It
use
just
the
don't make
source
sense.
material for sure.
Yeah,
They
they
didn't use it.
totally deviated from it. Total deviation. Man, what y'all think Kanan thought right here when he walked in and seen his mom, his rock, gone?
Hit them all. And that's why I
I
said
tried.
it would have been so much better if she never told him.
Xavier, time don't never heal those kind of wounds.
And he just walks in
Never
and
do.
sees this, and it's just
You got 3
It
people
never.
on here that have lost parents for natural causes and
It
can't get
would
over
never.
that. And
It
can't
would
get over
never.
that.
yeah.
You'll never get over losing a parent
You
by
never
murder.
will, man.
By
No
murder.
matter how. No matter how happened or what happened, you never.
Mm-mm. Nope. Been 20 years and I still think about it. No way. No
Yeah,
way
it's
that
just gonna happen.
neither one of them will ever be cool with well, let's let bygones be bygones. Dude, you killed my dad. Dude, you killed my mom.
Mm-mm.
Like there's
Even
no
if you
way.
are in the
It's
game,
on sight.
it
It's
doesn't
on
matter.
sight when I see you.
Yeah,
And you show
even
up
if you
half
are in
dead.
the
Why
game,
wouldn't I just
it
go
don't
and
matter.
finish you?
Yeah, I'm upping on you as soon as I see you, especially after all those years that gone by and y'all haven't seen each
I'm
other
putting a whole bag of salt on those burn wounds.
on sight.
Yep.
A whole bag of salt on those
It don't
burn
make no
wounds.
sense. And,
Like you can tell
do
right
you
here,
feel he feel responsible?
yeah,
Well,
like you can tell right here, it
he
hits
is
him,
responsible.
but it doesn't hit him. It's like at the same time because Juke already told him, so it's not a surprise, and he knows that Juke wasn't lying.
Mhm.
So when he sees her, it just clicks in like, okay, damn, Juke wasn't lying. I did everything I could to save her, but
I
it
couldn't
is what
save her
it
from
is.
my own
And
cousin.
that's why I would have wrote it where Juke.
That was the
doesn't
loose
tell
end
him.
that he didn't think about. Y'all so worried about putting Stefano putting her down, but you didn't even think about Juke out there.
Yeah.
Y'all think that's why she go to Washington? Is because she's trying to get away from Kanan because the hitting's already been put out, so now she's trying to get away from Kanan?
Yeah.
Nah,
She ain't scared of no fucking Kanan.
yeah, she ain't scared of Kanan, bro.
She
I
ain't
think
I
at
don't
scared
think
that
of
she's
point
scared
she
of
just goes
Kanan,
to
but
Washington just
I
to
think
get
she
away.
just I think she just want to be done with Queens.
Yeah.
Well, there's nothing there for her. There's
Right.
nothing left. There's
And
no
plus, we
reason
don't
for
know
her
what
to stay.
Marvin said in that letter. So
Yeah.
Honestly, just thinking about what
True.
Marvin said to him, he's like, yo, you gonna die alone. You gonna be alone. You gonna literally have nobody here to the point where you just gonna that's your biggest punishment. You're just gonna live to see nobody else be around you. All the people that love and care about you, gone.
And you
You
had
just
a
a little
hand in
neglect.
all of them going.
Mm-hmm.
You had a hand in all of them going.
Yep.
This I didn't understand. I love Bobby's idea for this way better. Way better than this. I don't understand what y'all trying to show us right here.
I could tell you exactly what it was. Like it didn't register, but only thing I didn't like was the them digitalizing their faces, making them
Yeah.
younger. Like y'all could have did that without digitalizing it.
And if I could speak, they did a better job remember back in I think it's Power Book 2, they did the same thing with Monet when it came down to King. Yeah.
They did.
That girl they got recast
they
from
did
Monet. Perfect. Yep.
They did it perfect. They
Yep.
didn't need no digitalized, no nothing. They did it perfect. They could have did a better job with this.
Yep.
And they wrong for casting this young Lou and then having Malcolm Hayes' voice on top of his lines. They wrong for that.
Motherfucker already got a grown man voice.
Yeah,
Nah,
they wrong for that.
Not Sport Gaming, not another spinoff. So, in my perspective, they did this was to show, because remember, while she's in there, what's on the TV is Good Times.
Yep.
So they're just showing the good times of the Thomas family.
Yep.
The innocence.
The innocence.
When they were in better times. Yep.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think she's in the
before
game
everything
yet. It's just
happened,
Marvin at this
and
point.
I'm gonna assume this is way before all of them get in the game, because we see
Nah,
young Juke
Marvin
and
in the
Marvin.
game.
Marvin's probably in
I
the
think
game.
Marvin already in it.
Yeah, because he's talking about being on the Avenue.
I mean,
Mhm.
yeah,
He did say
well,
something about being on the Avenue. Yep.
well, maybe not as deep as he is in the
Oh, for
game.
sure. For sure.
So it's just like,
Yeah,
they're just
not that
showing,
deep.
like, this is happier times of the entire family. This is how it
Yeah.
was.
It
and
was love at
everything.
one point.
It's a
And-
reminiscent of innocence and love.
They
Yeah.
were a real family.
Right.
Yeah, it was a reminiscence of family, and then she tells Kanan in this scene right here as a baby, no matter what,
What?
I will always protect you. So it goes back
Mhm.
to show that she kept her promise. That no matter what, she protected him. She
I'm
went
always
out,
gonna have your
protected
back.
him. Yeah, like she went out and she protected him, like no matter what. I don't think this. I know a lot of people say it's going to be a prequel. It's I don't think so because it wouldn't make any
Fuck no.
sense. Like
No, it didn't make no sense.
it wouldn't make
This
any
was
sense
the
to do a
prequel.
prequel. Would we
Yeah.
love to
Right.
see it? Yeah, of course, but it wouldn't make any sense because we already know. Like, what story can they write for them that we don't know?
They would have to stretch that super far, and it's
No, they
gonna,
could do a
it's gonna.
mini series. Like I said, if what they really should do with Origins is each season give us a backstory of characters. Okay, started off with Tommy and Ghost. After they get their little 18 episode run, now give us another set of characters in Origins and let us get their origin story. All they could really do here is show us Ronnie, DEF CON, maybe Rock and Howard, maybe Marvin up until he gets locked up and Rocks take over. That's a season. That's a miniseries. They could do a miniseries, but at this point, we already know how all the characters end. There's nothing that we care about at this point. We don't care about Snap and Pop. We don't care about Ronnie. You know, the only thing that we would slightly be interested in out of a prequel from the Thomas family is the whole DEF CON, Rock, and Ronnie situation. That's about it. Other than
Yeah,
that, nothing else here for us.
yeah. There's nothing else. It's nothing else there to tell. Like it
Yeah.
would
It's a
just
story
be.
that's already came to its close.
Yeah, it's
It's
came
a
to its
it's a
close.
story that's already came to its closure. Yep.
It's nothing that you could write that we would be like, oh, okay. Like, I mean, would it be dope? Of course, but it's nothing that y'all can write that people would that we don't know. So I don't think it's a
That
Mhm.
hasn't
prequel.
been told already in Raising Kanan.
Exactly, and that's the reason why I was saying that they would have to stretch that like so far. Like you would have to really make it like
And they would do
interesting.
it
But
bad because now they're going to have to connect things from this show there.
Yep.
yeah,
That would be too much for them. If
Yeah,
they
because
can't
now at
connect
a certain
OG
point,
Power, if they can't use OG Power and connect all these spin-offs there, doing other prequels on top of a prequel, that would be a
it'll be
bad move for them.
because if
it'll
you
be
do
a
this prequel
waste of
at a
time and
certain
money.
point, by the end of the series, you got to see the
Marvin go to
Kanan,
jail
you got to
and,
see Marvin, you got to
and Rock
see
come up.
Lou, you got to see all these people again, all over again, and it wouldn't be no point because we already know how it ends.
Mhm.
So
Right.
that's why I don't think it's a prequel. I think it was just more so to show that like this is how they was when they were an innocent family, and
Yep.
that Rock kept her promise, saying that no matter
When they
what,
were in better
I will
times.
always protect you.
Right, we seen just enough to get us by from season one, and even a flashback of how it looked like prior to all of the crime, the violence, getting into the drugging. This is where it's pure innocence.
And it also shows us that they took care of each other.
Big
That's probably
facts.
the reason why
Alex
Marvin
Keys
was
is
out there on
crazy,
the app
calling us
anyway,
born of
because
Satan.
who you do not see here is Joyce. So that just also tells you that they looked after each other.
Yeah.
You know, Marvin was the big brother. He looked after Lou and Rock. Rock at this point should be 17. Lou was 29 when he died. So how old is Lou right now in 1975? So Lou should be a teenager.
hmm
And
He's
Juke
younger than Rock, so he's probably what 14, 15.
14, 15, and you got Juke in a stroller. So it just lets you know that they were all each other had. They were all each
Mhm.
other had, and I agree with what CJ was saying. This was when they were in better times too, good
Yeah.
times.
Hmm.
Yeah. I understand the scene and what the purpose of it was, but I really wish they would have went in a different direction.
Yep.
To be
Go
honest
ahead,
with
put your
you.
theory out there, or put your post credit scene out there.
Yeah,
I like
for
your
all our
post.
viewers that's not in our chat, I feel like they dropped the ball. They could have went back to when Kanan was actually getting out of jail in OG Power, 50 Cent, the 50 Cent version. And we're always talking about, oh, was he visiting his mom at the grave, or was he visiting his mom at jail, or was she somewhere in Witsack, somewhere, hid off or whatever. Just simply, it didn't even have to be long, maybe a 30-second clip. He go by the graveyard, boom, that's where he visited his mom. I wish that would have been the post-credit scene for this. Kind
That
of
would
getting
be
us,
dope.
jumping back into the future a little bit anyway, since that's the direction we're going. Don't go back, more. Now we're going back to 1975 because you look at this scene, the two babies in the scene kill everybody.
Yep. The two
Two
babies,
babies end up unaliving
Yep.
everybody.
Yep. That would have been dope. So my post-credit scene would have been a setup for Origins. So now we should have seen the characters that was cast for Ghost and Tommy come and meet up with Kanan.
That's what I said earlier.
That should have been us letting us know that the next show that's coming. You know how you watch the Marvel movies, and at the end of the Marvel movies, they give you a post-credit scene for the next movie that's coming up.
Yeah, they give you like 2 post credits.
Yeah. They should have gave you that here, letting you know that Origins' next show that's coming up. Be on the lookout for that, and give us a scene that tied into the first scene from Origins.
Right, that'd have been dope.
That would have been dope.
That's exactly what I said earlier, where it was like, I'm like, they should have sat there and at least had Tommy and Ghost, where it's like Kanan said yes this time, and now this is when they actually meeting up together. Oh, we gotta go meet up with Kanan. Nice, like Bobby said, 30 seconds, not even that much. 30-second long would have at least let us know how Origins on its way. This is what you should be expecting.
I like Support Gaming's post credit too. I like his.
What do you got?
Where they unalive Breeze. That would have been dope.
That would have been hard.
And still, that would have led us on into Origins.
Yep.
Now I would have understood.
Give me my time jump. I'm cool with it.
Yeah. Now give me my time jump. I'm cool with that. Especially if CJ's scenario would have went down where Juke didn't tell Kanan that she unalived Rock. And Kanan didn't know who unalived Rock, and Kanan used these young boys to take out Breeze. That would have been just chef's kiss.
Yep, chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss. Man, listen, y'all better call us on over here to that writer's room, man. We got.
I'm telling you, man. This group right here, man, is just like, listen, plug us in, man. We got some.
Give us our own show. Give us our own power show, and we'll tell you how to do that thing. Because I'm not looking forward to Origins. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm not looking for Origins. I don't think it's gonna be done right. And I damn sure ain't looking forward to Legacy. You know that's not gonna be done right. It's gonna be Book 2, Part 2.
Yeah, basically.
Well, we're saying goodbye to Raising Kanan. This even right here hit me hard because for the first time we don't have a next up. You know how we always do the recap for the next episode that's coming up? We ain't got that.
Yeah.
Did it end satisfying for everyone? Was everyone satisfied with the ending?
Nope.
I know I wasn't. I know Bob was.
Yes.
I don't know why everybody mad. I'm still alive. Kanan's still alive, so nobody else should be mad. I just got rid of Rock. That's all. Rock is just gone. I'm still around. I'm gonna meet up with Tommy and Ghost. I got my son Sean. And Jarita is the best piece of ass in the city.
Always has been.
Always has been. I even gave her back for being loyal.
I saw an interview where the writer, showrunner Sasha Penn says that Rock's character was always set up to be unalive, and I'm cool with that. But I guess where I get angry with is you literally obliterated the entire Thomas family, all of the characters. The only person that walked out of Raising Kanan was Unique. And we'll probably never see him again. But what pisses me off is you left all these characters alive over there in Ghost. You left all these characters alive over there in Force, but you got rid of all the Thomases and all the characters from Raising Kanan. That just pisses me off.
That's right, because I forgot. Yeah, because the only person, the main character, was Monet.
Was Monet.
Kane's still there.
Drew's still there. Diana's still there.
Diana. What's the name?
Very Diana.
Lauren.
Not Lauren. The other one.
Diana.
Effie.
And every fucking body is alive in Force. Everybody. Kate, Miguel, Josefina, or whatever the hell her name was. The chick that he got the baby with. Maria, yeah. Bernard, Vic, really? Tommy.
The only one that was
Vic,
gone was
Diamond.
Diamond.
And the Paychecks, they get rid of the Paychecks.
Diamond out of there.
They get rid of the
We
Paychecks.
still got D-Mac too, don't we?
Yep.
Yeah, we still got D.
Yeah, still got D-Mac.
Yep.
I think D-Mac, he gonna be in Legacy for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Tommy's,
about Tommy brother. Tommy brother.
Yeah, Tommy
gone.
brother did, but he wasn't really a major character for
Yeah.
me. He was more like a D-list character. He wasn't a major character. But yeah, he is still alive. But it just pissed me off that we didn't get one member of the Thomas family make it outside of Juke and Kanan. And they don't even make it. Neither one of them make it. So the entire family is gone.
And each of their deaths was, not done too correctly.
Well, especially Kanan. For all that we've seen Kanan do, we needed a different ending for Kanan.
Yeah, he should have got burned alive.
Yeah. Now, if he would have died in that warehouse with him and Ghost fighting and burned alive there,
That could have done us justice.
that would have been satisfying for me right there.
A lot of characters done escaped early deaths, man.
Yep.
He should have never made it out of that warehouse, to be honest.
No, he
Should have never made it.
No.
Yeah.
Yep.
He should have made it out because wasn't he stabbed and then burnt alive?
Stabbed and burnt. Yep.
Yeah, he shouldn't have made it out of there. Then he made it over to Juke's spot for whatever reason.
That they don't do some stupid shit in Origins and have Tasha fuck around with Kanan. I hope they don't do something like that.
I was just telling the wife. I swear, I was telling the wife. I was like, I think
feel like it's coming.
Kanan has something going on because every time Kanan is around, when Kanan and Tasha's around alone, they always have this look like they know something that everybody else don't know.
Yep. And
Every
she hated
time.
Kanan, and she absolutely
And
hated
she
the sight of Kanan. She hated Kanan. Hated him so much to the point that she orchestrated him getting set up. Like she hated Kanan.
Yes.
I mean, she wasn't wrong for it, but she hated him though. Like I wonder did he mess with her? You know, and I
Yes,
want
Tasha
them to
didn't know
show
tell her.
this. I want them to show us that Kanan was the one that put down Ghost's dad. We're gonna hate him even more for that. I feel like Kanan's
I can see
behind it
that.
too.
I can see that.
The way they wrote that in OG Power is very ominous. That some street thugs took out Ghost's dad. We know who those street thugs were. We know they were Kanan and his minions. So, all right, fellas. Well, we got a whole another year ago before we be back again talking about a power show. So, it was bittersweet.
It really was, man.
Yep, it was bittersweet. We say goodbye to our last. This is the last spinoff, and it's the one that went the longest, 5 seasons. The best one.
Definitely.
The best one.
That's right.
I don't think
Book 2 went
Fightland is going to give us as much as Power has given us over the years, but you know I'm going to be loyal to it. I'm gonna stay loyal to it. So speaking of which, y'all make sure y'all check out our Fightland review and recap. And I don't know what our next show going to be, but we'll be back for something. We'll figure out something. They're trying to get me on Lioness, so if y'all watching Lioness, don't be surprised if y'all pop up and see us. doing
Episode
reviews.
2, another banger.
Yep.
I gotta jump on that.
Nah, Xavier. She didn't like him because he was a goon. Yeah, but it seemed more deep rooted. It seemed like she had a deep rooted hatred for Kanan. Like, at whatever cost, she had to get Kanan off the board. So, I hope they explain a little bit of that for us in Origins, but undoubtedly they're probably not. Oh, Snowfall got a prequel coming out?
Oh yeah, that's right. They
Or
showed
Oh, yeah.
September 1st or something.
They
It
do?
comes out September. Yeah. It's
No, it's not a
Leon
prequel.
and,
It's not a prequel though.
well, yeah, it's not a prequel. It's a
it's
sequel.
Not a prequel.
Yeah,
It's a
it's a sequel where Leon and Wanda get into the rap game. So
Mhm.
basically, they're gonna be introducing like the
Old girl
gangster rap
from
era.
P Valley. Are they doing a spinoff?
Yeah, she would be Valley.
Wanda is on P Valley. Oh, Wanda.
Yeah, she was on P Valley.
Yeah, she's
Wanda.
Oh, Wanda.
I forgot what her character was on P Valley, but yeah, she was on P Valley.
She's on P Valley.
She was one of the new dancers. Yep. All right, fam. Well, we will see you all in the next video. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, hype button on y'all way out. Those of you who are listening to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, y'all make sure y'all leave us a 5-star review. Give us that 5-star review. All right, fellas, y'all got anything else before we tap out?
Nope.
Nah.
X-Men on Wednesday, baby.
X-Men on
Yes.
Wednesday. Series
Yes,
finale.
sir.
Tap in, man. Tap in.
Man,
Yes, sir.
Series finale. Damn, all of our shows going off the air, man. What the hell we gonna watch?
You need to
We're
get on
gonna
Live
find a
Nation,
way to
man.
watch something.
Wait, I guess I'm going back over here to Netflix and see what's going on over here. All right, support gamer. We'll see you next week on X-Men. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all in the next video, fam.